Do I have a crew with me today or what?
Yeah, you do. It's the A crew right here.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Good morning. I got Michelle, JB, and Coralie. At least that's how it is on mine. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd like to think that mine is the most important one, okay? All right. So
without you, there would be no streaming at all. So
If that's how you want to do it, I guess go ahead.
That's how I want to do it, JB. You're right.
All right.
That's how today's gonna be.
Yeah. All right. It's an early morning. We are not used to running the pro league at 7:30, but here we are. Such is life.
10:32. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, it's like mid morning. What are you like? Jeez, I've already had
It's like it's pretty early here too, Mitch.
It's because you live in the wrong part of the country. That's not our fault.
Wow.
Oh.
It just means I get to stay up later. All right, so we've had an eventful morning. There's been a lot of stuff happening in the background today.
Yeah.
I was not what I expected to when I checked in over the feed. I'm like, I should check in on the group and make sure that nobody's wondering where I am. And then I see there's a flurry of activity about 10 minutes earlier than I expected. And I'm like, that's very interesting. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, there is a lot of. Thankfully, everybody's all right, and we've got full teams. I think, except for I think they're just missing Daryl from Venom. But
we've got 2 full benches. I'm pretty sure, so that's what matters, right? Yeah. I'm getting the nods in the background from the managers, so we're good.
Everybody's healthy and in good shape, so that's good.
We'll let Rhonda speak to it because I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Speaking though of Rhonda, match 1, Mayhem versus Venom. Mayhem sneaking in at the like literal last day to have I'm going to bring the stats up. The tiebreaker essentially with the Holy Rollers, which of course goes to the head-to-head match, which they did win. If I remember, the Mayhem threw absolutely bonkers at Holy Rollers, leaving no chance for that tiebreaker to go their way. So that's going to be our 4th and 5th match. Actually, we're on the left side of this bracket. So 4 or 5 going to play today, and then NextGen will be we'll have our best of 2 basically going down, or our 2-game match going down in the next game. So the winner of this will play in the next one.
Right. Well, that's exciting.
Right. And then because of scheduling conflicts, the other playoff match, the 2-3 position, will play tomorrow, right? So check that out. I think it's tomorrow at 4 or something like that. Don't quote me on it. I'm not actually running the stream. Sorry, Stacy, but it's not me.
I seem to recall 7:30 Newfoundland time, so that would be a half hour earlier, but I'm not entirely sure. The easiest thing is to go check what time YouTube thinks that's
yeah, exactly. JB always has the Newfoundland time, and we just have to translate from that. It's going to be great.
Yes, so 7 o'clock for us, but 7:30 for them.
Right, got it. So, all right. Yeah, honestly, it's
going to be a good day. I'm excited.
I already see the number going up, the people rolling in early this morning to watch. And regardless of how early it actually is or not, it's still earlier than usual, JB.
Yes,
so
absolutely right. And it's just as well for me that the 2-3 match is tomorrow instead of today, because there are some days where the light in this studio doesn't allow me to wear my Rock and Rollers shirt because then it blends in too much with the green screen back there. And today's one of those days. So I don't have to worry about wearing the Rock and Rollers shirt today, which is good because otherwise I would blend into the background.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. Oh, geez. You know what, though? Let's get Rhonda and Steven here. I know they're both sitting there waiting. Yeah. And we'll talk to them and we'll get this thing started.
Yes.
All right. And looks like Coralie was saying that we're all frozen. I think that might be on her end because I don't think we're frozen.
No, I don't think we're frozen.
Everyone's moving to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, can't hear you for some reason, Steve. Well, you're not muted, so that's fun.
Steve's mic. All right.
No, can't hear you now. We'll take the Rhonda first, but please keep trying. Once you come in, we'll know. So Rhonda, big morning.
Yes.
Everybody's here, so
yeah,
yes, nothing to worry about there. Yeah, this is, I mean, we've obviously been trying to build up to this, right? Everybody wants to make this day. Steve still can't hear you. It's important, of course, that, to note that this is he's going to try and reconnect. This is a one gamer to start, right? So it's do or die, right?
Yep.
So Mayhem, they've brought it up in the last half here. To get their spot after the first 4 weeks. I think there were 4 points after the first 4 weeks. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, they really did bring it back, didn't they? Like that was to make that finals. So that was great.
Yeah. Now that also, we have to point out though, they did go 5-3 losses for both their games in the last week. So a little bit of a hiccup coming into the playoffs, really.
Yeah. But they got what they needed.
Yeah, they got what they needed. They made it hard on themselves to get in, right? But
yeah,
they knew the number and they got it dead on.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Oh, geez. And so, where are you playing out of today?
We're at Scottsdale Lanes in Surrey, British Columbia.
And I see Steve coming back in. I'm going to get him in here. Yep. Not playing it out of Dell. And there we go. I'm sure I can hear you now, Steve.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So Scottsdale has welcomed you with open arms. I know you were talking about it earlier. All the little things they did.
Yeah, the manager here, Ian, is great to us, and he's got Homa Venom up on our scoreboard here, and I was able to get my banner out of the Dell, so he's got that up too, and yeah, it just feels like we didn't miss a beat,
And you had mentioned you've been playing there recently. You had the open trial there, right?
Correct. Yeah. Our open trials and our provincials.
Okay.
We're here. Yeah.
And Steve, how you guys feeling this morning?
Pretty good. Of course, we're considering where we were at the start of the year. I'm sure we discussed it a lot. Just being here at all is a bonus, and we're going to try and run with that. So, that said, we know it's everything that Venom had gone through, and having to switch centers and play first thing in the morning, that they don't want to go through all that just to go through the motions. So we know we're for a battle, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah. And, not like the worst games, but going 5-3 twice on your last day there just to sneak in and knock the Holy Rollers out, which was funny because it was first time Tommy was commentating, so he got to commentate them getting kicked out.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. But, the second half of the season has been just absolutely fire for you guys, especially that middle section, right, to catch up. And
we went on we had a day with 3 games that the guys and girls caught fire, and that helped a lot. And
I know.
Like Tommy went through last week, I've had a few weeks where we've done a lot of scoreboard watching, and a lot of things have gone our way to get us here. So
Yeah.
So, Steve, does that feel a little bit like an advantage for you, feeling like you have some momentum? Do you have any concern that maybe folks are a little mentally fatigued by what it took to get in, or is it just business as usual for the Mayhem?
Oh, I think it's business as usual. We had our first 2 games of the year last week, so to still have a chance after that, that's a bonus.
One benefit to both teams is that both teams actually ended up playing some games near the end of the season. A lot of teams, though they're not here today, did finish their seasons a lot earlier, right? So there's no gap between regular season and playoffs. So.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, are we ready to get started? This is a huge game right here. So again, let's get some lineups. I think technically Mayhem is away, if I'm not mistaken. So
we are. So we're going to go with the same lineup we played them with the first time we met them. John Cowan, Nathan Cooper, Davin Florent, Connie Ward, Matt Houston. We've got Ian and Linda on the bench, and Jeff is out this game.
Perfect. And Rhonda?
We have Aaron, Dakota, Jesse, Bob, Maddie, and we have Mike and Marco on the bench, and Daryl is unavailable today.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Well, with that, I will throw up the banners to kind of just hide me changing things, and we'll get to it.
All right.
Good luck, Rhonda.
Thank
Good match,
you.
folks.
Good luck to
Have
you
fun
too.
out there.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, guys.
All right. We'll go.
Well, I'll do Venom since is Coralie back?
She is just back now.
Oh, excellent.
Hey, Corley, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. It's your turn. You got to read the name.
Okay. So for Fraser Valley Venom, we have Bob Herman, Aaron King, Matthew Harms, Mike Warren, Jesse Bailey, Marco Sang, Dakota Heth, Daryl Easton, manager Rhonda McDougall, and they were originally Dell, but they're out of Scottsdale this morning.
That's right. And Mayhem, which I think is JB.
All right. So for Motor City Mayhem, we have John Cowan, Matt Houston, Nathan Cooper, Davin Florent, Jeff England, Ian McLean, Linda McLean, and Connie Ward, managed by Steve Barker and representing Neb's Fun World in lovely downtown Oshawa, Ontario.
Excellent.
Perfect. Oh, look at that. Here we are. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Venom has a total this time.
Oh,
That's okay.
Have a running total.
We'll do the arithmetic on the fly. It'll be fine.
Yeah, right?
I believe we do.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
exciting for you, Mitch.
I know. I get to watch more of the game.
Wow.
I want
was
to
actually
make
gonna
sure to
say
get this
that.
in here before he throws the first ball. I am wearing my John Cowan autographed
Oh my goodness.
Motor City Mayhem game used honest John Cowan sweat cap today.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my.
You lucky.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah. Rhonda just mentioned in the
Yeah.
chat, she's like, Mitch will be happy to have a running total today.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, gosh.
That is fantastic.
It's going to be a good
Oh.
Sunday. I don't have to do the Venom totals.
Right?
No extra mind work needed.
No.
Yeah.
No, that'll be great.
So Aaron starts it off. Actually, everybody's starting it off. here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Everybody can
Everybody's-
play.
I was gonna say it's gonna be well, you wouldn't expect anything less for playoffs, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I expect some really great games here. And it does
Although,
go ahead.
sorry, I was just to say, although the last match that the last Mayhem match that I got to work showed John really struggling around the middle. And so it'll be interesting to see whether he likes to keep it loose, and it'll be interesting to see just whether he gets into trouble or if this is going to be one of those days where he is calm and locked in and loose. And, we'll probably know in about another 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah.
If he's on, then that's danger for the Venom, to be sure.
Yeah, because if John's on, he throws. So
A little bit of head
JB,
trouble
it's
with
been-
fun there. Sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. I was gonna say it's been a little bit actually. Yeah, you were there for the rough start fourth for Mayhem at the beginning of the season, right? So
Yes, and it was just nice luck that I got a chance to call a Mayhem Rock and Rollers game. I do have somewhat divided loyalties. I have a cultural and familial obligation to cheer for Oshawa. Nebs has really been good to me over the last 10 years or so as I got back into competitive bowling. My wife grew up in Oshawa, so Nebs has felt like a second home. I've probably bowled. I don't think there's any bowling center in Canada that I've bowled more at Christmas time than at Nebs. But as a sponsor of Rock and Rollers, obviously that's my team. When the chips are down, if they're going head to head, it's Rock and Rollers all the way.
which actually could be a potential.
Yes, that's and as I said, maybe it's just as well that I don't have to deal with that today.
Jeez.
Oh goodness.
So nobody leaving. We had Connie leave a 3 on deck, but a couple of head pins and strikes is what we're looking at here, basically. So
Yes, so the usual, we're going to guess 75 to 72 after one. It's pretty unusual to see anything less than 70 after one frame. And, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, a little excitement from Matthew. I was not expecting that.
Jeez.
That was very interesting for just the first frame. I guess, I mean, if he's up, then I guess must really be important.
Gosh.
It can be awfully hard to tell whether he's excited or just relaxed. Oh, and here we go. An interesting miss from John, I'm sure. And it's hard to tell with John as well. He tries to keep his emotions inside so much. It can be hard to tell whether the blank stare is a blank stare or a stare of annoyance. But he hates to miss.
I get that.
John is not the poster child for positive self-talk. Although I get the sense that he is more forgiving to himself inside than what he shows on the outside.
Oh, well, that's good.
What he shows on the outside makes it look like he is locked in a death battle with himself all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That was a good ball.
Jesse robbed on that one.
Yeah, sure was.
Deserved much better on that shot.
Yeah. Oh.
Nathan bowling, sliding on his left foot today, which is interesting. The last time I got the chance to watch Nathan bowl, he just made the adjustment to start sliding on his right foot because he didn't know what else to do. And it's
really?
very interesting to see someone who has that tool in their toolbox. I asked him whether it was an injury adjustment, or he just said, no, I'm not going well, and this was the next thing to try.
Well, I know on our team, Curtis Deering had switched to sliding on his right, but his was due to injury.
Mm-hmm.
But that always interests me when people can actually just do that. I would think that would be so weird, but.
And for me, I asked Nathan about that because, of course, I saw him slide on his right foot, and I'd never seen him do that before. And he did the thing that seems to happen when bowlers do slide on their throwing foot. They seem to get a deeper hip bend and a deeper knee bend and release the ball closer to the lane,
right?
Compared to when they slide off what we would think of as the conventional foot.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Nathan gets lower when he shoots off the right than when he shoots off the left. And he already gets pretty low off the left.
Yeah.
All right.
So a couple of strikes there on the Mayhem side after Nathan's unfortunate head pin and then the end.
Ooh.
Oh.
A little unnecessary. Not totally surprising, but didn't have to be that bad. Reaction from Bob's spare shot there.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a tough little house, that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to notice which lane. They're only 31 now. I see it on the scoreboard. So they are not at the convertible end of the house where the reactions tend to be a little bit stranger.
Okay.
These are, I believe, the 5-pin only lanes. And so the reactions tend to be a bit more of what you're accustomed to seeing in any 5-pin house. And there's our second 3-pin popped out. John 1 for 1 with a spare on his. We'll see what Matthew can do. And Ian already starting to throw some balls to get himself ready just in case.
I mean, Ian is an absolute monster as far as scores are concerned. So it's having someone like him on the bench, right?
And there we go, 2 for 2 on 3-pin spares so far.
Yeah.
1 on each side. So really, we just have the one. We have the one corner miss on the Venom side and the miss on the second ball after head pin on the Mayhem side. Otherwise, it's been pretty much business as usual.
Yeah,
that's that's been the worst miss of the day already, right there, hitting the outside of the 3-pin.
And at least on the 3-pins, they're sparing them and they're not being detrimental to the score. So
yeah, after a single strike, every spare is the same.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a nice, beautiful shot right there. Easy adjustment, probably just a little oops there.
Yeah,
nothing to be concerned about. And yeah, so it looks like we're going to be, nobody's off like a house on fire just yet.
Maybe a little bit of nerves, I bet, too, are playing in a little bit. It's an important game. and people just need to find their groove.
There's
Much
Nathan.
better shot by Nathan.
Oh,
Oh, Dakota's
well,
on
I
fire
spoke too
here a
soon.
little
Dakota
bit.
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was about as perfect a shot as you could imagine.
There's-
I don't
there's
know
the-
which is her preferred pocket, but it certainly looks like the right one likes her.
Yeah, there's definitely some players who are definitely running out of the gate, and some others who are getting there.
Oh,
I guess we
lucky.
take that chop.
Yeah,
All right, there we
absolutely.
go.
Happy to have that.
And Jessie gets the reaction she expected on the second frame first ball right there.
Mhm.
Not sure what the difference was between those two shots, but that's okay. That's part of what it's the thing that makes the kids whine when it happens, and I have to remind them this is what keeps us coming back.
Yep.
If every good shot were a
exactly.
strike, you'd be bored.
Right. I always tell the
Shot-
kids nobody averages 450.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, even averaging 320, let's be frank, is
Oh,
probably got
yeah.
to be a little difficult to watch. Like, oh, okay, another
Yeah.
400, whatever.
I'd sure
and
like to
it's-
know what that feels like, though.
Well, and that's funny because we do joke about that, but then we
Yeah.
started to hear, stories of people coming out of Bonnie Doon and really not wanting to bowl in their top flight league there because if you made one mistake, the match was over. There was no room for error.
And that's true. Bowling in tournament masters in Alberta, I know for the guys, especially when we have that Edmonton tournament at Bonnie Doon, there's lots of guys that may even just drop out if they don't have a good tournament there because it's so hard to come back from it.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear stories of, well, I punched in 8 and it was over, that bowling is not the kind of game that can tolerate that level of precision. It's actually one of the things that, really made top flight chess struggle for a long time, that it was too perfect. And bowling needs to be like baseball, a game of failure and adjustment and recovery. Otherwise, it's boring. I mean, these are not intricate skills. What makes this game interesting is when weird stuff happens and when people make mistakes.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And
Such
how you can
as
recover from
Matthews missing the left corner pin on both sides.
Yeah. All right.
So already we are sitting at more or less a 50 pin difference, maybe a bit less, depending on obviously the next few shots. When I was on the broadcast last time, it was a lot of within 10 pins after 5 frames, and then one team took off. So perhaps we'll see a little bit more of that today. A nice heavy shot from John, but
I was going to say, and I think Aaron was pretty happy with that strike.
They're both heavy, yeah.
yeah.
One worked, one didn't. That's all.
Yeah.
And with the crazy amount of rotation that John puts on his ball, it's those kinds of reactions. It really changes your perspective. That those reactions are okay. That's kind of normal. That was a head pin.
Yep.
As opposed to again the typical. I got robbed.
Yeah.
No, you got a great break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see John when he's throwing. Not only is the rotation coming from his wrist and his throw, he actually rotates his body a bit in, like on the right down to the right side, just to actually get even more out of it. Right. So.
Absolutely, nice, beautiful ball from Nathan.
A little oopsie frame from Dakota.
Oh
there.
yes.
Yeah, talking about mistakes, this is probably the biggest mistake frame of the game so far.
Oopsie.
Found it in the last one.
There we go.
Right?
There's the shot I meant to throw.
Yeah.
It's always
you could
easier
really
to
see the
hit balls.
difference.
Yeah.
You could really see the difference. It seemed to me, I mean, it looked like she was more determined to throw that third ball, whereas maybe a little bit of trying to take it easy on the first ball, and it just came out a little flat, a little soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find when you go side like Dakota did, that last ball is huge because if you miss again, boy, is it demoralizing. But if you throw the
that's
ball
what you're
like
thinking
she
about
did,
between frames. Yes,
exactly, because you're setting yourself up for the next one. You're like, oh yeah, I can still do this. Like after she threw that last one, right? Like just a couple of hiccups.
And it's so easy to walk back from that shot thinking, "Oh, I should have thrown that in the first ball," rather than the more helpful thought, which is, "Oh, great, now I can throw that on the next ball."
Yep, exactly. Now, I found it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
but
it
if you
is.
miss it, then it's just destroys you because you're like, oh, I still can't do it.
Oh, Bob, a little quick, a little off to the side.
Bob's having a little struggle so far at the beginning of this game.
A half here works though, like we were talking about. It's only one strike, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
thanks everybody for joining in with us today.
There you go. Good half.
We've got some fans in the
Absolutely, go Mayhem. That's an excellent choice. Great taste.
You can't see it, but JB did tilt his hat a little bit, his Mayhem hat, when saying that, which
again,
you can pick up at 5 Universe.
Oh no, this is game worn with genuine John Cowan sweat. That is autographed in lovely Timmins, Ontario. You can't get this one
with your hat order, but you can definitely get them at brassicgroup.com/5PL merch.
I'm pretty sure if you buy your Mayhem hat and have it shipped to John, I'll bet you he will take care of that.
Oh God, yeah. He'll throw 300 with it on and then send it to you.
Absolutely.
Well, why would you get that when you could get a Trash Panda shirt?
Oh,
an awesome logo.
Absolutely.
I mean, they aren't playing in this game, so.
You know what, though? We had a tough year.
Have you not seen what happens when you trash talk this group? Do we have to remind you what happened last year?
Right. I think we got trash talked, and I think we killed them, but we got a new name, which was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Right.
And there's the beautiful right pocket shot from John. That's exactly what he's looking for. That could be a very good sign for Motor City, who are hanging with them. And I would say right now, where are we here? Yes, we are still a 30-pin difference now as we're coming up on the break. So here's the age-old question. Which team is going to suffer more from the commercial break?
I mean, at this point, yeah. Oh.
That is always the question.
Oh my!
Oh, and certainly Dakota recover from that fourth frame with a well thrown ball that just happened to be a tiny bit too far out.
Yeah.
But certainly no hesitation and no holding back on that one. Ooh,
and characteristic. That would have been a good first ball.
Well, at least that came at the right time. That's what that previous open frame was for.
Yeah.
Right. But that does bring this match a lot closer with
absolutely.
Nathan getting the 15 here to make it 100 to 130. So
yeah. Jesse's next shot here can swing things by quite a bit now that Motor City doesn't have a double to play on going into the break.
Yeah.
But we got to think high 500s, maybe to low 600s, depending on this ball right here.
Oh, we got a
very nice.
Great shot by
thin
Davin.
hit from Davin.
Yep.
Oh, and that's wow. Well, there's the swing we were looking for right there. 15 instead of 45, and now we're going to go into the break pretty much even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motor City will have one extra ball to count the rest of the way, and we'll have 2 strikes counting to start.
That's 2 in a row. That's not.
Don't let this become a trend.
No, indeed.
Oh, and
a double there for Connie.
There it is. Jesse with the big getting the left side there.
So this will be fun. Will Motor City walk into the break feeling good, or will this be ill-timed? I'm very curious to see what happens in the 6th frame for them.
Yeah, and does this give Venom, like Dakota and Jess, a chance to kind of regroup throughout the commercial break, come back more focused, ready to go in the 6th?
Very smooth shot from Matt, but unfortunately, a little too good.
Bob
again.
No.
The 5th frame is just annihilating the players here.
Yeah.
That is
to
5 punches and 3 strikes.
I was just going to say the pressing or something, just trying a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
everybody always wants to go into that commercial break with something good to come out of it.
Yeah.
You know, you got a mark or something. And we had Ian go in for Matt, ball 2.
Oh, I didn't even. Yes. All right. That warm-up was not just to get the bones moving.
That's good cleanup.
And, this is such a natural reaction. I think that this is the kind of thing that spooks a lot of young bowlers out, but they need to understand that we've evolved to be more sensitive to loss than to gain. And so when you see that the two people in front of you have gone punch hole, and you feel like you're giving the match away, you're going to press harder. That's just what brains do.
Yeah.
That shouldn't surprise anyone. Matthew doesn't mind.
No.
Yeah.
That's like, I got
fine.
this.
We got to start
All right.
somewhere. Here we go.
That one on the bottom.
Yeah, you know, a 13-point difference. We do have that double and a couple extra strikes on the side of Mayhem versus just the one spare on the side of
So
Venom.
that's really more like 60 to Motor City right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get that commercial break going and get them bowling again.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
We had JB drop out during the commercial. I brought him in, and it didn't stick.
And everybody was on their best behavior.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Thank gosh.
I had a quick freeze, thought it was me, thought I should rejoin, and then all of a sudden, no sound. Oh no, what happened?
Yeah.
Shoot.
John falling out of his shot a little bit to the left there, pushing right.
Here we go.
And I think we should also mention that it looks like Mike's coming in for Bob this frame too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see who comes back nice, refreshed, focused, ready to go in 6.
All right.
Yeah, good half by John, and same onside
Good
Aaron.
half by Aaron, yeah.
So this will really be this will tell the tale a bit of how the breaks have affected both groups. I hope that Venom have had a chance to let whatever tension they were feeling go and just come right out in the 6th and make a statement.
And I was mistaken. Before the commercial break, actually, we had a strike on the side of Venom at the bottom.
Oh, there's a nice
there we
break.
go.
There we go.
Yep.
All right.
And Nathan had a thin one, but it wasn't enough to push the 2 on the right side. So
All right, so now we're coming down to the two spots that could swing the match a little bit in the short term. But as we know, nothing's really going to matter until about the end of the 8th, when we start to see whether we're going to be having an interesting fight to the finish, or if one side will have a chance to cruise. But that was a beautifully
there we
delivered
go.
ball right
I think
there.
we've got a change coming up here for
Yep.
Nathan.
Linda in for Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had to figure with that miss on the right, Dakota getting her strike, that match could easily start running away from them. Good pick by Linda.
I do always find it interesting at this level, the various reasons why substitutions are made. It seems to be very much down to just how the bowler happens to feel at that moment. Because there's lots of strength on the bench, but there's also lots of strength in the lineup, and apparently lots of rotation on that shot.
Yeah,
Just enough
absolutely. And you have some players that you just know that they're going to work it out.
Yes.
But at the same time, you've got it in the back of your mind there. You're not just going up against just average bowlers. You're going up against elite bowlers. And how long do you let somebody work something out?
Right. And my experience at, say, the Open leads me to be the kind of person who errs on the side of giving the bowler another shot, because I know they can't work things out unless they really do. I mean, if they walk back with that look on their face that looks like they are lost in the woods, that's a different matter. But typically that's not what happens. And it seems like you really have to have a quicker hook in the 5PL, that if you err too much on the side of letting them work it out, the match is gone in 3 shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have the extra pull as well in the 5PL, which you don't have in the Open. So you know that you can, in the Open where you might have 2 players that might be struggling a little and you want to kind of see how it's going to play out. Here you do have the 2 pulls. So I think it gives you a little bit more flexibility in your pull as well.
Yes, absolutely. Matthew with a somewhat uncharacteristic shake of the head as he walked back on that second shot. But again, it's funny. He really looks to me so incongruous. He is so relaxed the moment he gets up there, and yet he reacts just like anybody else who gets annoyed as he's walking back. But by the time he's back up there to shoot again, that's gone. It's really if you want someone to emulate, that's not a bad choice. John with a beautiful left pocket shot.
Where you can have your bad frame or your bad ball, but it's gone. The next time you grab your ball, that's the ball that you're working on now.
Yep. And there's a reason Matt has even won the WCBT championship this year, right? Last year, sorry.
Yes.
Came out as the winner, right? So he's clearly has the mentality to be able to pull himself out of some rough shots. Because I was there live for that set of games, and they were not easy games being played.
I was sitting right beside you.
Okay, Michelle. I know we're best friends. I'm talking about me right now, okay?
There's no you without me, Mitch.
Oh, God.
Meantime, 2 excellent balls in 7 on each side, just perfectly placed half side right pocket hits. And I think that's Davin's first bit of trouble right here.
There's a good good reaction from Jesse's.
We have a lot of people joining in. I know this is a weird time to start the games, just due to scheduling, availability, etc. We're starting early, but just for clarity, anybody who's joining us now, this is the 4 and 5 match on the left side there of the Schwartz Home Hardware Division. And the winner will play NextGen after this in a 2-game series. Continue talking.
Good clean by Davin.
Yes. And that looks like that is the first punch of the day on a strike with a count on the second ball. And you wouldn't think that makes such a huge difference, but
that's a lot of points.
That's 10 right there.
Yeah.
Like how many 10s have been lost?
You give away 10 3 times and the match is over.
Yeah.
Yep. We've seen many times earlier, 30 points be a decider for that team.
Yeah, total. Exactly. The margins for error are so low, and the scores can swing so quickly. Now we've seen, Motor City has really made good on the advantage they had in 6, and they've now pulled ahead on the total board, and yet they are behind
Yeah.
going into 8 with Ian's unfortunate miss there. The 2 doubles counting in the 2 and 3 spots give Venom a decisive, well, not decisive,
Good
but
half,
certainly a nice advantage going into 8.
Yeah, absolutely.
The opportunity is there to make it count.
Absolutely.
And
Well, and you wouldn't expect anything less from these matches. A nice, tight, close match. You know, it's exciting. Everybody, you know, is throwing strikes and
ooh,
oh,
power
shoot,
trap.
yeah, that was.
So wait, can John not get 2 in a row? Has he gone strike spare the whole game?
So far, he is on pace for 300. Yes.
Yes.
And there is
Didn't jinx him.
excellent.
Whatever works.
Oh, and Aaron matches
right.
on the other side.
Yes.
Again, on both on 1 strike, so it doesn't actually matter what it
Yeah.
looked like to get the spare.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, look at the differences sequencing. Look at the top 2 matches, and I'll bet you that anyone throwing the match on either one of those sides would probably feel better about throwing John's score than Aaron's.
Yeah.
And yet they're within 5 pins of each other.
And it looks like Dakota's definitely back. She has had that
Yes.
little blip in 4-5, but she's recovered nicely.
So Jesse's definitely in a position to take 40 pins for Venom and really give Mayhem something to think about going into 9. And yes, as much as these are veteran bowlers, and I wouldn't expect any of them to have mental breakdowns on the lanes. At the same time, this is the best competition in the game, and they've got to be feeling like the margins are thin and you can't make a mistake.
Yep.
Yeah.
We haven't actually talked about it, but there is a purse associated with these games, right? Too. So we're actually looking at even the loser taking home $2,200 for the team, but moving forward, that amount obviously increases substantially with the winner, the league champ, taking home over $15,000 for the team.
And being able to take home almost your entry fee. I mean, there's such a psychological difference between being able to
Yes, sorry.
being able to essentially get your entry fee back. That feeling of, I made the cut, I made my money back, now the rest is a bonus. That's still such a very common psychological. Oh,
Marco's going in for Mike.
Yep. So we actually had a double. This is a possible. You can pull the first person going in for now your second person.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a format I got to experience with the Atlantics tournament, where you could have 7-player teams with 5 bowling against 5. Not everyone could find a 7th bowler, but if you wanted, you could have a 7th bowler. And so the 2 substitutions were always interesting, but the extra wrinkle was you didn't get a handicap until you bowled at least 40 frames. So one of the strategies then was to let everyone bowl 40 frames as quickly as possible so that you could get your handicaps for the rest of the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So then it wasn't just a matter of riding your 2 best bowlers and trying to score points. It was trying to get the handicap as soon as possible so that you could then win more in the last 3 quarters of the event.
Yeah.
Great shot by Matt there. So with that, 9 points dividing, but just like previously, Venom now has 2 doubles to count on with the 2 spares and just a strike and spare on the side of Mayhem. They've clearly taken the reins of this match. This
is effectively a 60-pin lead for Venom, maybe more.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And John has broken
the
pattern.
We had a pattern going, bud.
Sure. That's okay. Spare and 40 in the 10th for 300, and he can pretend he did it the right way.
Just reversal.
Yeah.
This is one of the 2 shots that can really I think he got a little quick on that one, John did. And that's for him, it seems like such a knife edge. He really likes to be loose up there, and he's definitely a field bowler. And that's sometimes what happens.
Yeah, and that's and for Aaron to throw a strike in that really changes the momentum of that game, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And with Dakota's miss on the right side now, that's one of those two doubles not taken full advantage of. We might have ourselves only about a 30 or 40 pin difference going into the 10th.
Good half.
That's a big shot right there.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose if it had to happen somewhere, that's perhaps the best place for it to happen, since the individual match is gone and you just do the best you can for the rest.
Yeah.
And it looks like we don't have a 4-4. Doesn't look like we're going to have to worry about the 4-4 situation here. I think 5 is much more likely. It's just a question of who's going to win those totals. At this point, I think we can almost ignore the individual matchups and just watch the number in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yep.
Ultimately, that's what's going to be the deciding factor on which team goes to the next round, right? So,
punch on a spare never feels good in this situation. A punch on a spare never feels good, but when you feel like you're giving away a lead, that makes it all the worse.
Mm-hmm. Big 15 though.
Yeah.
I think this is the shot that could give Venom a huge lift and give them the energy they need to really drive through the 10th frame right here. If they can put a strike on the board, forget the first 8 frames in that 4th spot and feel like, well, it's now ours to lose. Just go out and throw your 10th.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge shot by Davin, though, to put that double up going into 10.
Yes.
Oh,
big slider from
that.
Exactly. Marco.
Smile.
Yeah.
Reliable Marco. Excellent.
Yep. Great by Connie. Yep.
Yeah, strikes on
Answers.
both sides. This is now. Wow. So this is going to be a huge. Normally, I don't like to talk about momentum because momentum is just the next thought in your head, but this is it right here. And that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, the big clap. That's right.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have been better, Matthew, is if you had clapped directly at the camera. We'll work on that. We'll make sure by next season he'll know where the camera is so that he can clap directly at it.
3 marks against 4 marks. Both have doubles.
Yeah.
With that 60-point advantage on Venom's side.
Yeah. Marks are even, so that 60 is pretty much the difference right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of points.
Oh.
John has spared this a number of times. Now, it's not Timmins, so it's not easy.
But you got a corner there.
Even at Nebs, this is a
spareable shot.
This is a spareable shot for him, certainly, and this is his good side.
Well, that would be exciting.
Unfortunately, that is not the side you needed to hit.
No, you need to get that on the left.
Oh, but Aaron missing the spare.
Oh,
no harm, no foul, as it were. And so that's 1 now for Venom.
Yep.
And we will have a difference of 74 now going into the bottom 4.
Yeah.
And I got to think that if Davin can manage the first 2 strikes in 10, then this is going to be a very, very, very nerve-wracking finish.
Yeah.
And Matthew is the person I want at the bottom, not feeling the nerves in that situation.
Oh, great shot by Linda.
And another
outside
miss.
3.
Yeah.
Another 20 count on a spare. And again, this is a little bit of fighting that feeling of we're giving it away. You haven't given anything away yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Linda doing everything she can to put herself over 200 and just crack.
That's interesting.
Huge. That made things interesting. Yeah.
And that.
Oh,
good ball.
All right. Well, 30 to 15 is a nice way to make up ground in the 10th. So now we've gone from a 74 lead to a 64 lead,
Mhm.
and a double counting on both sides.
Yeah.
Although there's one extra mark on the side of me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they're even. They're even.
Well,
on...
Jesse doesn't have a mark to count on.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yep.
For Mayhem, he has one extra.
Yeah.
So that's a 45 difference now. This is
And
the
then
big ball. This is the ball that can bring him back. And there it was.
He knew it.
There's 40 pins back in one shot right there.
Wow.
And he can do that one more time.
So
And
it's
this
really
would erase
important
the deficit.
for Jesse to spare this.
There it
That's
is.
a good ball.
But if Davin throws even a corner pin at this point, then that deficit is gone.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, that-
yeah, but that's not what we
I don't
wanted.
think that's not the
That's not what he
corner
meant.
we're talking about.
I think I know the question we're going to ask Steve when he gets on after the game.
Oh.
Now Matthew's first ball in the 10th is absolutely critical for the end of
Oh,
this
and a
match.
great shot by
Yes,
Jesse on the
yeah.
second one there.
Wow.
Oh,
As
wow.
we say in our Wednesday night league, that's a $20 fine.
Yeah.
That is
Wow.
an interesting, and yet we are looking at a difference of only 32.
Yeah.
So we've got
So Matthew's first ball is really going to be the critical one.
yeah. Wow. I was not expecting that.
No.
Not expecting that.
I'm sure Davin wasn't either.
No. Oh, good break.
Okay.
Connie, yes, with an excellent break.
Marco
And,
taking the right side.
Marco again. Ooh. Now again, that looks like a big swing, but it makes no difference. If they
These
both
are the balls
spare.
that matter.
Yeah.
Right
Absolutely. These two right here are going to be the big difference.
Now. Oh no!
Oh, that
Falls
was,
off at the end.
I think that was Mayhem's last chance right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's now going to, if Matthew does not punch on the first ball in 10. Oh,
Marco.
maybe I spoke too soon.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to have a difference of
20.
24 or 29 going into 9
Yeah.
with one extra huge double count ball.
Oh no!
24.
24.
All right. It's very simple, folks. Matthew's ball counts for triple
And Ian's is double.
and Ian's is double. So you want 21 on this first ball. That's a 7 count. That's all it takes. Punch and a bit extra is not necessarily giving this match away. Oh my!
Oh, no.
Oh my!
The open on the
Oh,
other
my
side.
God.
1193 is still possible on the left side. Do I have that right? Or 1195.
Yeah,
1195 is still
It'll count.
possible on the left side. So 5 and a miss. Oh no, 3 is interesting. A 3 pin is a tie,
I think that's it.
but that will do it.
5. That'll
Yep.
do it. Whoa,
That'll do
right
it.
down.
1199 is enough.
Wow. Wow.
That is a beautiful finish.
Crazy.
Well,
That is an exciting game. I knew it's going to be exciting, though. I
And
think
it's a
we all
good
knew that
thing-
was going to be an exciting game.
yeah,
But,
1202
Yeah.
to at most 1195. And then the hard
Wow.
part is not to look back at the score sheet at the one shot you missed that cost you the game.
Oh, yeah.
1195.
Absolutely.
Yep. Wow, 6-2.
Wow.
Oi,
Wow.
oi, oi. All right. I'm gonna
Huh.
switch it back to us. You know what? Watch this, Michelle. Oh, it's me. It should have been you. Oh, jeez. Anyway, so
Oh
Wow.
boy.
Yeah.
that means I'm gonna bring up the little bracket here.
Yeah.
This was a one gamer, so
Yeah.
Mayhem
It's out.
Mayhem losing that means they're out of the playoffs, and Venom will go on to play the next 2 games. And I can see NextGen is set up here, but yeah, that's I
Wow.
mean that's the you know when you're playing that regular season, that seeding is huge because you have instances like this where it's a one game all or nothing, right?
Yeah.
Just to make it into the regular 4. So
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and clearly Davin's shot is going to be the one that stands out. But any one of them got a bad, I mean, a couple of bad breaks either way, and that's all it takes.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
you can't pinpoint it to one spot. There's many spots throughout the game that.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just so many instances of, you know, depending on which team won or lost, right? You know, if Mayhem had taken that game, Aaron and Dakota both missed their spares on this in the 10th, right?
Yeah,
and that would have been what to look at. It just depends on which team loses. You're giving grace just by winning, basically.
Yeah.
So nobody looks at you when you win. So all right, let's bring Rhonda and Steve in here. I think Steve's there. He's just camera off. Or
he's like, I'm not doing this.
We hear you.
We can hear you. We can't see you.
Oh, that's weird. I can see you guys.
Oh, good.
Right.
It's okay. We can hear you. So
Yeah, that's more important that I can see you.
Yes. And actually, your microphone sounds much better. So thanks.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just stick to Steve. That was close.
Yeah, it was back and forth. Both teams had their shots. Made some shots, missed some shots. Ian threw a great shot the first ball in 10. If that carries, it's a different story too.
Yeah.
Connie threw a good shot in 10. Both sides. That's the way it goes. You know, comes down to the last frame, but any shot throughout the game could have made the difference there.
Yeah.
You know, Davin had a huge finish to give us a chance. You know, throwing strikes 8, 9, 10 there for us. A great game for him, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
So Steve, what was the decision to make your substitution in 5E and for Matt? What was the thing that gave you the idea that was the time to do it?
I think that was the third punch for Matt. Ian was also throwing good on the side. Ian, actually, the games we lost, the first 4 games at the start of the year, we didn't win any of them, but Ian averaged 300 playing anchor. And then he wasn't available the next week, and Matt went down there, and we won in a streak. So, yeah, I mean, both guys are awesome. We have full confidence in both of them. You know, but that's the way it goes, just like last week. Last week we punched our brains out. This week we had 2 spots with 4 punches there. So,
yeah.
Yep. And Rhonda.
Hi.
Sneaking oh, jeez.
I'm still processing.
Yeah.
That was down to the wire, especially
Right?
with the punch by Matt on the other side, right? So, or on your side.
Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
jeez. Yeah. And you've got 2 more games to play now.
Fuck yeah.
You know, Carrie's watching this.
We are excited about that.
Yeah, there we go.
There'll be another great set of matches, I'm sure, against NextGen.
Yeah.
That was an exciting final for this team. Like, that match was really exciting to watch. It was back and forth, right down to the wire. As a spectator, and somebody who loves this game, it's so fun to watch those matches.
Right?
Matthew's reaction after his shot in 9 felt a little bit like a nice big exhale for everyone. Was that like that for you folks? Did that spread throughout the team?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes.
Yeah. So I said next year we have to make sure that he knows where the camera is so that he can clap directly into the camera next time.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna do this.
That's right.
Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, Steve. You know, we've casted many times together.
Yeah.
It's been a great season, you know, considering how it all started too, right? Just to be able to be here and at least that game was so close, right?
Yeah, so. And it just shows how good the league is. You look at the teams that just fell short of the playoffs, and they're all stacked. So, yeah, it's the competition's incredible, and and good for you guys, Rhonda, with what you guys have gone through and your adventures this morning and starting early. So good for you, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to run that commercial break, and NextGen is set up and ready to go. We're going to get into this 2-gamer here between Venom and NextGen.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we are. We got top four. Mayhem's going to finish the season in fifth. But now the two-gamer starts. So this is going to be 2 games, the total points over 2, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I really should know. But the tiebreaker, assuming there is a tie, is the total points for the 2 games together. So,
right. Yep. It's going to be another exciting match. NextGen's been on point for really the whole season. They always seem really dialed in. And I think it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah. I think I was actually wrong earlier. I had mentioned that all the top teams, or at least the teams that we were seeing in the previous match were, had recently played, but NextGen hasn't. Mm-hmm. It's been a little bit, hasn't it, since their last game?
I think so.
At least compared to the other top 4 teams. So...
Yeah. And perhaps that paves the way for if last year's playoffs were any indication, then 8-0 and 0-8, and then coming down to pins, we could be looking for matches like that. And actually, if a team's had a long layoff, then losing the first one 7-1 and coming back and winning the second one 7-1.
Not that long. Let's be clear. NextGen didn't finish like halfway through the regular season, but I think they were one of the first teams done. So yeah. But
and Venom's had this great warm-up game. Also, they're coming in, you've had your chance to kind of find your groove on the lanes, especially with it being a new house for them, see how that's going to go. And it should be really interesting.
I mean, if we have to talk about the history, NextGen has made it to the finals every season. They may not have won every season, but they've been there, which means they've won their division every season.
Yeah.
So they're obviously the team to watch out for.
Yes, there should be a big old target on their backs. This will be very interesting to see.
At the same time, though, that should just give them at least a little bit of an uplift going into this, knowing that we've done it before, we can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they know how good they are. We know how good they are.
I was like, we know how good they are. Yeah.
I don't think anybody thinks NextGen sitting around going, "Gee, I sure hope we."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right, I have to make sure I run the right clip because there's 2 possible ones. So we got Venom versus NextGen. Let's go.
Beautifully
just
done.
like that.
Here we are.
So I know it's early. You couldn't get to the alley before. Oh God, you just set up, right?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're ready to go.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tyler. So much.
No problem. It's Marissa that you should really be thanking. She's the one that had to open the bowling alley for us. So we bought her an extra coffee.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Next time I see you.
Oh, jeez. So, Venom coming out of the win there, but let's be honest, it was really close. That could have went it could have went either way or all the way down to the end there.
Yeah.
And so this one's a 2-gamer. you do have a little bit of running or space to run, if that first game doesn't go your way for either team, right?
I just wanted to clarify because what you said, Steve, was different than what I interpreted, that it's match points and then total pinfall if the points are the same, correct? Because you said the opposite when you just said it.
Oh, did I?
So,
Yeah.
yeah. To be clear,
Okay.
you do have it right. Match
Okay.
points first. Total
Okay.
Yes.
second.
Okay.
Sorry, I meant it in the case of a tie with match
Yeah.
points. We
Yeah.
come down to total. Yeah.
And then we dive into the rule book if that's a tie. Well, let's just not do that.
My
Yeah.
commentator brain probably said it in my head, but it didn't come out. So, but
Good to
all
clarify.
right. So, yeah, NextGen. I know you guys have played recently, but it's not as recent as some of the other teams, right? You've been done watching everybody play at the top. Let's be honest, you guys have been sitting right, right?
Yeah, our last game was in February. I can't remember exactly which weekend, but we haven't played since February, which actually we were okay with because we knew that meant everyone had to chase us for the rest of the season. So it made us feel confident, and I think the energy is the same here today. It is obviously very early for us, but we're all used to 8 a.m. shifts, 8:30 shifts. So a little different for Pro League, but not different for us as athletes.
Yeah. I mean, you got that next month at the traditional, right? So actually, it's 8:30s, right? Yeah. So yeah, and Venom. I mean, you guys are ready to go. You just played.
Yeah.
Yes, we're ready. Yes.
And what's your sense? Has the up and down and emotions of the morning been good? Feel like you're going to carry that through? Is anyone a little tired?
No, it's been a bit of a crazy morning, but things seem to have settled in, and we're excited to be playing the next round.
Excellent. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Well, with that, then, Venom, technically the away team here. You mind if we get your lineup?
Sure. It's Aaron, Dakota, Mike, Bob, Matt, and we have Jesse and Marco on the bench.
Okay. And Ty?
We're playing myself, and then Maddie, and then Julie, Cody, and then Brad. We have Jenna and Haley on the bench, and Jeremy's going to sit out this game.
Okay, sounds good. Is everybody ready to bowl?
Absolutely.
So I was like, yeah, I'm here.
Good luck, you guys.
Good luck. Have a great match.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Enjoy,
so
folks. Have fun out there.
Yes.
We'll do the Venom introduction again. I think Corley, right?
Yep. Okay, so we have for Fraser Valley, we have Bob Herman, Aaron King, Matthew Harms, Mike Warren, Jesse Bailey, Marco Sang, Dakota Heth, Daryl Easton, manager Rhonda McDougall, and now playing out of Scottsdale.
Perfect. And now we've got NextGen.
All right, so we have Bradley Titgat, Jenna Lamoureux, Tyler Titgat, Julia Robco, Cody Steer, Haley Cole, Jeremy Harismachuk. I never say that name right. Madison Jenkins. I thought we'd agreed to say no last names, but that's okay. And Des Titgat as the manager. Harris Simchuk.
There we go.
Oh,
Yep.
out of Boddington Lanes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Every time.
We should just do initials for last names going forward.
Oh my goodness.
Corley, you set her up for failure.
We did. Corley, we all agreed no last names. You started right off the bat with last names.
Oh,
Sorry.
geez.
I'm continually amused by the number of people who say Raisenberger. It's not like NS is a weird letter combination.
Raisenberger.
I don't know where that comes from. NS is in lots of English words. You folks have been saying it your whole life. I don't get it. But and it's and to be fair, in Jeremy's case, it's not always the pronunciation that's the problem. As someone who has tried to deal with performance results from the automatic scoring systems, the number of times that the middle of his name has been mistyped is actually quite impressive.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's been weird too, so no worries.
Yes. Well,
I have a
the
very
Hungarian
simple-
name, it's a little bit less surprising.
Well, you guessed that. That's good.
Silaj.
It's close.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
close.
Oh, all right. Now that I'll get it right next time.
No
Yep.
worries.
So
There
you
we
only
go.
have one more. You have got one more shot at it.
And I'm sitting there saying it in my brain.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you
That's
got
always the worst.
You
When you
got this.
rehearse it and then what comes out is not what you're expecting.
You're like, nope, not what I wanted to say. It's fine. Sorry, Jeremy.
All right. Well, Tyler has got his 1 miss per day out of the way early. So
Yep, good.
Now we'll see Tyler. That was actually when we did start putting together the performance information. That was, I think, the thing that surprised me the most. There'd been a lot of conventional wisdom. Nice, beautiful shot there.
Oh, little Maddie Jenkins. Oh.
You know, about that head pins and strikes go together, but I hadn't really been prepared for the idea that, you know, Tyler's hitting the middle 92 to 94% of the time and throwing 18 to 22% head pins. I hadn't really thought it was going to be quite that high. So,
oh, wow. Yeah.
all you kids out there whining about punching, remember that the elite bowlers in this game punch twice a game, every game, and still manage to average 270. You can do it too.
Sorry.
There's a beautiful way to start. If that's your first bowl of the day, you can't feel bad.
No. Oh,
that's
Julie.
Power in rotation, as John McDonald would say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stay on top of this this next gen scoreboard here to make sure it stays clear. It likes to pop out and blur, but
and we do have apparently we will have, if you see a hand waving in front of the Venom scoreboard every so often, that is to fool the phone into refocusing.
Yes, unfortunately, the autofocus likes to pick up on reflections, which is actually why it's highlighted on the right side. Reflections from the light.
And you know, who takes the time to figure out how to turn autofocus off on their phone? If you're doing that, then you're doing that on a better camera than the one in your phone. Cody with a nice, beautiful shot.
Yeah.
And here's Mike's first start. So we will see how that goes. Bob back in the left pocket where he wants to be. And what looked to me like a much more relaxed shot. I got the sense that maybe he was trying a little too hard to throw the ball out in the beginning of the first match. And that looked about as smooth as you would expect from Bob Herman.
Yeah, this looked like a nice, relaxed shot.
Yeah.
I might actually...
I would have to think that with all the excitement they went through, that either they were going to be overly amped up or they were going to be really relaxed. And it looks like really relaxed is how they're going to start the second game.
Which is a nice way to play, honestly.
Yes.
They have it swapping sides.
Excellent.
Oh, no.
It's not me.
All right.
Also, one thing to take note of is that the next gen, when we do get their scoreboard back on the right side, does not show the count, their total with the marks.
Right.
So.
Okay, so that's not like Mendez. It's just no scores ahead. Okay.
Yeah. So we might have to
take fun with the Mendez systems where it counts the scores but not doubles. Doesn't give you 30 for a double or 45 for a double. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we get advertising too. Excellent. All right.
No, I think they were just swapping it over to not be alternating. And
one. Yeah, there's always one thing missing, and that was the thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's early.
Such is life. It's an easy fix. Oh, there we go. We get the running total stick. Look at it, just fixing everything.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Technology's working.
So for the software developers out there with these scoring systems, one interesting feature to add to your system is the idea of profiles, so that you can have a different profile for here's how the scoring system should behave for open bowling, here's how it should behave for league bowling, and here's the 5PL profile. And we want running totals, but no exciter graphics, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As a software developer, that's a great idea, but I don't work on bowling systems. So.
Yeah, exactly. If only there were companies across the country that could possibly help with those things.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating taking the scoreboard from the lane camera.
I was just, when you brought it out, I was like, I wonder, would that
be... sometimes it goes clear like that, and then it goes.
I guess you'll just have
Dakota
to see.
with a
3-pin there,
Yes, with a heavy left 3-pin right there, just about hitting on the outside.
Oh, Maddie Jenkins, who, by the way, is coming down south. I'm just throwing that out there. Well, hopefully, anyways. So she's taking her practicum in Lethbridge next month.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
And then I think she's got a couple of job interviews, so we could possibly get her in the south, which would be huge. It would be
Oh,
huge.
and there's a ball that maybe just jumped the back. Let's look for that ball rolling down the back towards lane 10. So that's easily the biggest miss that we've seen from Dakota today. And that 3-pin spare is really depends a lot on the house. It looks like this is the kind of house where the head pin will go straight up, and you can't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of movement on the pins down there because we were just down there for the open, and there was, if you hit it right, you got a bunch of movement, but sometimes it just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Or you get in the bad, like the brakes, perfect pocket hit, and you're looking at a corner or 12 or something.
Yep.
Yes, we have that too. It's a lot of the head pin going straight up. Oh, Bob with a slight miss this time.
We do as well up in Dawson Creek.
Yeah.
It's, you hit it a certain way and the pins are going flying. And even Monday night there, one of the ladies I bowl with, her ball's not that fast, but the pins jumping for her was just crazy. And it never happens for her. They just go straight back, and she was getting strikes in really funny ways. So,
and everybody loves the black bases until the ball sends the head pin straight up.
Yeah. And we actually just put the black. They just put the black bases on.
Oh, I see. So now that's a new thing
months,
for people to see. Ah.
So you should come out to Dawson in September for the little tournament then.
Well, that's interesting. Sadly I will be I'll be going back to St. John's, so that's about as far away as you could possibly be.
Yeah.
But you never know. This is the first year of travel for my software consulting work since the pandemic lockdown. So I have my first little European trip squeezed between tournaments. So
wow.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. So I
Matthew.
believe a decent frame for NextGen. I think you just had Julie's unusual corner miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, and that's right. Ty had the head pin as well.
Yes.
So we're going 3 marks, but 2 strikes, I think, and a spare versus 2 spares and a strike.
So that looks like 32 plus a ball for NextGen after 2.
There's
wow. Oh, before the shield.
Slow shield. All right.
So this is actually what we're looking at is the lane camera score feed. So
yes. So if it looks a little askew, that's why.
Yes. I actually have both set up, so I'll be happy to swap between them when needed.
Good ball.
There's a big rotation right there. Nice break.
Ooh. Little thin. Just goes right through the 3 instead of knocking it into the 2.
Now, not having watched Dakota a whole lot, is that follow through and the slight stumble at the end kind of a common thing for her, or is she typically more balanced? Because those shots look a little bit better. I know she's been struggling a little bit to the beginning of this match.
Mm-hmm. I cannot speak to Dakota at all.
Okay.
Yep.
I've bowled against her, but not with her personally. But she's usually pretty solid at the line there.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine wanting to overdo it a little bit. A nice, beautiful shot right there. Just to make sure that ball is out there after a couple of shots that really looked like she either was a little hesitant or just kind of fell off to the left side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I do that once in a while too. Like you think it's coming out good, and then you just do that one little adjustment or whichever. And like it's.
Yes, and it'll happen, especially if your slide is maybe a little quicker than you're expecting. Then you can even just recoil, and that's a very interesting feeling. Bob missing slight left for the second shot in a row. After a nice, beautiful left pocket hit in 1.
Yeah.
So he's consistent, but he just is off by half a board, which means get ready for either an early hook or 7-bagger. We don't know which is going to happen yet. And that's the second time Bob has had that reaction going 4-5-3-2 today.
Oh, and Cody's just throwing bombs.
Cody's feeling it right there. That is It's a bit of a different angle here, seeing the camera this far left, but certainly I recognize that the way that he's walking away from the shot really does look like he is feeling very loose and relaxed right now, and that's maybe bad news for the Venom.
Yeah, when he gets to go and it's like he's freewheeling and it's just bombs at every turn. So
there, I brought it as far right as I could. The rest of it is black, so there's nothing else beyond that.
That's clear anyway. So
so
far, yeah.
Bradley with a little bit of extra speed at the line there, and Matthew has missed 3 times now. So this is if I had any thought that this was intentional, this almost looks like 2 prize fighters just trying to feel each other out at the beginning. Before they start actually trying to throw any real punches. But we know they're doing their best. And Bradley,
absolutely.
Bradley has no problem letting you know that he blames himself for that last shot.
Doing a little bop on the head there to indicate he is not happy with how that went.
I've even seen Brad be like unhappy with a strike. So
oh yeah.
Well, he's at that level of precision where if it doesn't feel perfect, then he has done it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, you could look at him and think, terrible self-talk, horrible mental toughness, but he definitely strikes me as the type who was a hothead at 12 and has trained himself out of it. I don't know what he was like as a little kid, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was his story.
Yeah.
Aaron throwing the double on his side after starting the 2 headpins there.
Getting the punches and the doubles and the strikes at the correct time. Whatever happens, get them in a row.
Yep.
And we are just sort of quietly, nobody taking real advantage of the situation yet. And, if you're Venom, you got to feel like you've been given a free start because they have not come out of the gate well, and they are not far behind.
Yeah. And you need to take advantage of it because oftentimes history has told us that NextGen, they'll come back and they'll just, really strong second half.
Right. And this is the easiest thing to do in this situation is to put pressure on yourself thinking they're not going to let us away with this for long. And that's only going to make the situation worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that might be the first frame we've seen today with a headpin left standing on the deck. So I don't know if that's fatigue, if that's nerves, if that's feeling a little bit of pressure, but if you're a Venom, you got to think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. It was enough last time. It'll be fine this time.
Ooh.
Mike coming off the bench is fresh as a daisy and showing it.
And I apologize to anybody if there's some swapping between cameras for the scoreboard for NextGen. I'm just choosing whichever one is good at the time. Yeah. Just for the sake of the clarity of the current status of the game.
There's the bomb by Julie.
Oh, yeah. There's
nice
the Julie we know.
So can Bob get himself back in that left pocket on this shot? Got that one out a little farther. And
you can see.
That looks like he jerked it for sure. He really yanked it left. He's just trying to overthrow it a little bit.
Yeah.
He knows what he's trying to do, and it's just not coming.
Yeah.
So if Cody has another smooth shot here, then this is going to be a big shift going into... Little roller coaster right there. It looked very bad for about 14 seconds, and then all of a sudden, all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Cody was looking a little upright on that one.
Yeah.
That's better.
I can feel maybe a little smirk from Bob if you happen to see that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Another miss by Matt there.
Yeah, that's very odd. And it doesn't look like there's anything in particular with Matthew. It's so difficult to know because he is so loose at the best of times. It can be very hard to see the difference between loose good and loose off.
There he goes.
I have one youth bowler that I coach who has is similar for her. She's very loose, and she needs to be reminded to maybe stand a little bit more upright and have a little bit more conviction in the shot. And so it's very hard to know whether she is just loose enough or too loose. And with Matthew, I have kind of the same difficulty telling.
Yeah.
In the meantime, NextGen has done exactly as we thought and is already starting to pull ahead. So this is going to be an interesting fifth frame. With two doubles on the left side, Venom is certainly not in trouble yet, but they could be forgiven for feeling like they need to put strikes on top of both of those doubles, and that's not a feeling you want to have going up there.
No, for sure.
But if they did, then that would pretty much eliminate the 50-point difference awfully quickly. That looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Huge bomb.
Well.
And
No.
Excellent. So that's a nice tight match. Going
Yes.
into the fifth commercial break there.
Yes. If Mike throws himself another relaxed shot, and if a fourth and fifth can get some good counts on the spares, then I think you can kind of feel like the first 5 frames were really nothing.
Yeah.
But
Maddie just put a ton of pressure.
I have to assume that something's happening with Dakota here.
Yeah, I think we're making a move right here.
Yeah. And
especially with Maddie.
Here's the dot. I think Jesse's going in for
yes.
Yep. Which makes sense. Poor Dakota's she's just been struggling this game. Struggling to find.
And Julie.
Oh yeah,
another beautiful ball.
And Maddie's just kind of starting to run away with this game. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it seemed like for Dakota, it wasn't one obvious problem to deal with, but more just that sort of vague feeling of being a little all over the place, and that is not a fun place to be.
No, for sure.
And this is where the 2-game match really makes a big difference. I mean, that feels terrible, but if the other 4 can keep it close, and if you can steal the 3 points at the bottom, then by the time you get to the start of the second game, all is forgiven.
Yeah.
This is a key shot going into the commercial break now for Mike. Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
Huge.
Just feel the energy firing up
Absolutely.
over there.
Oh, and Cody has popped a 3-pin on his spare shot, so you feel a bit of a momentum shift there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
with 20 on the.
You got the.
I didn't see it go down, but I guess. Now there's one on each side.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, one of those on each side.
Into
the right pocket this time. All right.
Power chop.
Yep. He made the adjustment.
Yeah.
It was a good shot there, though.
Yes. I would expect that to go. But I could also imagine him trying to put a little bit of extra crank on that shot, and that was the difference between a chop and a. Oh, they are going to fix it here.
Yeah.
On the
I didn't
ball.
see it go, but I wasn't watching.
Yeah.
All right.
Here it is.
Take off the last
Okay, now maybe Bob can settle in and get back to his old self. Now, again, I wouldn't expect Matthew to sit stewing, but he is the type that he will look a little bit bewildered when things are not going well. So there we go. That'll make him feel a little better going into the commercial break.
Those left to rights into the right pocket are not working. Same for Bob too.
Oh.
It's moving, but
there we go.
And
Sparable.
All right.
Sparable.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely sparable.
Now Matthew will just be smirking going into the commercial break instead of looking completely lost. But again, unless he actually tells you what he's thinking, it's hard to know. You can't look at Matthew's face and know what's going on behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unlike Brad, where
Well, with
idea.
With Brad, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait for the clasping the hands in front of the chest gesture at some point in this match.
Oh, 111
611 to 551 and pretty even on marks. So really it's a difference of the two doubles counting. We're even.
Yeah.
We are even going into the break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's get that commercial break going and we'll finish this game up.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
Oh,
Here we
that's
are.
so much better.
That was not me, just to be clear. I think they just switched off of Wi-Fi onto the network,
Yeah.
whatever network the phone is using, and
No,
it's
that's
looking
so
much
much
better.
nicer.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
now I
going to
know-
take credit where it's not due.
I know
You
where
did try.
I know what the sports psychology textbooks tell us about what we ought to be thinking during that break, but I'm curious, my broadcast partners here, put yourself in Venom's shoes. What are you thinking as you sit down for those few minutes?
I think you're just, for me, I think you're just focusing on just being focused on the ball in your hand. Don't be worrying about what's happening with NextGen. Don't be worrying what's happening with your team, what happened last frame.
Ooh.
Just focus and just, because I think you tighten up and I think you start placing when you start worrying about things, right? So that's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Now, is that what you'd be trying to do, or is that what you'd be doing?
Well,
Because I know that I'd be trying to do exactly what you said, but I'm not sure how
getting-
well I'd be doing it.
I'm getting better at doing that, but it is oftentimes is okay, guys, let's just go out, play our game, whether or not you're going to be able to do that's certainly what you're trying to do.
I think it also depends on who you are on Venom's team,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Because there's two different mindsets on whether you're, Jesse or Mike, for example, right? So,
Speaking of whom, that was a slightly more adventurous shot from Jesse than I would have expected. That left 3-pin tried to be a jerk. But here we are again now with NextGen not counting big on a single strike. They're letting the door in just a little bit.
There's a good pick.
And so now we have a double on each side. And right now, NextGen it looks worse than it is. They're only up by about 30 right now.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a big swing. So if you're certainly Mike is looking very relaxed. So if you're too good.
Talk about looking
Like
relaxed.
nothing.
Look at Julie.
Like nothing.
That was a
that was maybe a little bit
Been a while.
Aggressive.
a little bit over eager, a little bit quick, maybe.
yeah, he didn't get it out like he normally does there.
Yeah. That did definitely look like the body got there before the arm did.
Yeah.
That's the shot.
Oh, and Cody's
then
back there.
Cody's back on.
Both smoother and actually, I think that was the first time that he had put that in the left pocket in a while. So that probably means that even those last two strikes were a bit fortunate that he was speeding up, and sitting down was perhaps not good for him.
Yeah.
But that hurt his rhythm just a little bit. Now let's see if Bob can get back in that left pocket.
Just refresh that real quick. It'll come back.
This time he got it out into the right pocket. That that looks like his shot. That looked like a no effort, just the body's going to do it shot.
Oh, Did we get one more?
And
We did get one more.
He did.
Yep.
We did get one more.
That's the second time we've seen that, right?
Yeah.
We had the 5 spare for Cody.
Oh,
Very nice
shot.
one. And that
Better shot.
there has to be something going on with that left 3 pin. That could be an interesting thing to keep an eye on Venom's side. That left 3 pin again, trying to looking like a pin in a double diamond set going right around the corner.
Yeah.
Brad's mistake there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll certainly annoy him.
Yep.
So now
And that
let's
brings
see
that match really close.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. The individual matches now are starting to become, I was going to say, starting to get more in focus, not really a reference to the NextGen scoreboard, but
Yeah.
just a fortunate coincidence in choice of words.
And look what happened now.
And you broke it, Jamie.
Yeah. Screen went all goofy.
And it's always interesting when you're in this situation and there's one monster score out there, but you're not way ahead.
No.
You know, I think.
Oh,
wow!
I thought that was on its way down. But
I was gonna say that's the first time out of 3 that hasn't gone down, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, very interesting. Well, it's a good thing that he's 96% on his corner pins or some ridiculous thing like that. So.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was almost a miss.
Yeah. But
For
it
Ty,
was.
that's a miss. He didn't hit it in the center.
Right.
So maybe that should be 6.5 push-ups. We'll get Desiree on here.
Oh, she got a break there.
Yep.
Yeah, that I don't know about you, but that left 3 pin's really making me nervous now. I have the bad feeling that that's going to figure in.
Oh, and Maddie's back on this.
Maddie, oh yeah.
Of course she is. Yep.
Little
That
fifth
score has
grade
tightened,
there.
though. Oh, my. Look at that.
Absolutely.
The lane
Beautiful
camera
right
is
there.
at least
There you
better
go, Ty. That's how you shoot the right corner pin.
Oh,
And
Julie
Julie
did-
again, like it doesn't, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Ham bone.
Ham bone. Yeah.
Also, we had a ham bone on Mike's side. I'm sorry,
We
Mike.
did.
Yes.
We did. No, that's a great match. That
Absolutely.
prequel.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Back on the right side,
Ooh.
and a little too high this time.
Yeah. The
Unfortunate
angle,
that that's only worth 25 instead of 40.
I feel like the angle is probably a little bit tighter than previous.
Yes.
Oh,
And Cody with
Hey.
an interesting punch there.
Sparable.
Yep. Definitely sparable. My first experience bowling in Midtown Bowl in Timmins was at the height of that before the renovations when really a split wasn't just sparable, but you expected to spare it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
The pins didn't fly quite as much this year as they have in years past. Beautiful ball from Bob right there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. A bit fortunate, but still a very good shot.
Yep.
If he gets just a little bit more of that
And
head pin, that right corner pin will not be a question.
And that's been Cody Bob match has gotten very interesting as well.
Yes.
With Cody opening
been-
up in the 7th frame there.
Yes, they've essentially thrown the same match just backwards.
Yep.
And Matthew is back like nothing happened.
Right.
First 4 frames never happened. Brad still feels a little bit like he's not quite finding it, which is really quite. I mean, again, when you're talking about this level of precision, I would dearly love to be at the level of performance where this level of precision is what I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
And now we are looking at, a dead heat and even advantage Venom.
Yeah, because they've got the 2 doubles they're working on there.
Yes, advantage Venom now. That's amazing what can happen in just 8 or 9 shots.
Julie's got one double that she's working on, but
right. And maybe that's the advantage because, Maddie's throwing a good match, but she's not, she doesn't have a triple yet.
Right.
Cody's bowling well, but he's not relying on a big string of strikes. So This really just kind of feels like ho hum, keep it going, rather than that anxious feeling of keeping it going.
Mhm.
No, that strike by Aaron though was huge in that top match.
Absolutely.
With Ty throwing the first one. So,
and if Jesse can throw one in the pocket here, then that's going to be the last big exhale needed for Venom to really start completing the comeback.
Oh. Tap for Maddie there.
Yep, that's not surprising, but if it had gone down, that wouldn't have surprised me either.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the pocket shot we were looking for Jesse.
Yeah, the right pocket. Yep.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on the Venom side and you don't feel good, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Right.
Now it really can feel like, okay, we made up all the room we needed to make. Now let's just finish the job.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. Nothing has to change, which is maybe the hardest part of this game, is when nothing has to change. There we go.
No.
And
Yahtzee.
Yeah. Julie with the slider for the Yahtzee. And then Mike with the punch. That really puts a damper on that game for Venom.
And the only saving grace maybe is that's the first strikeout of those 5 for Julie that wasn't a dead near perfect right pocket hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got to wonder whether she's starting to feel it a little bit and throw the ball a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
A little extra lift from Cody there. That is the I'm feeling it shot right there.
Yep.
Nope, they're definitely keeping it interesting, which you wouldn't expect anything else.
And here is someone I would want.
Oh, Jenna
up there
Lammer
in
coming
this
in
situation.
for Brad, it looks like. Or nope, she's just standing in front of the camera.
I think she was throwing on lane 1.
Okay.
That's so she's just coming back to the team.
Bob back on the left side.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows that he felt that.
Was that a right?
That looked like a chop to me. There's Brad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Brad with the bomb on the other side.
Yes.
Oh, apparently it's a right corner. I thought it was a chop off as well.
I thought it was
I can go.
but
I can go.
They are fixing it. It was indeed a chop off.
Yep.
Yeah.
better frame for NextGen. You've got nice 3 strikes on the bottom there.
Yes. I mean, this is usually when NextGen turns it on, right?
That
8,
is
9,
true.
10.
Yeah.
They're just going to knock the pins down so it's an appropriate shot for the chop. Should be the right 2, like 2 and 3.
Yes, right 3-2 will stand for Bob. And so now, let's see. NextGen with 1070. I would say about 1070 at this point, a little bit more. I mean, obviously they could run away and hide now. With Mike's punch, that has really put a bit of a halt. That third match is now very interesting with what do we got? A 371 finish for Julie and 333 for Mike. There's one shot's going to make a big difference there.
No, for sure.
And do we need to worry about 4-4? It doesn't look like it.
No. And just so everybody watching, what JV is doing here is adding in the potential scores and looking at that as the probable based on the
that misses
caliber of bowler.
Yeah,
that is it right there. That's a huge swing,
especially with Cody on the other side throwing the strike. Yeah.
Yes.
And Cody's been right there, really, for almost the whole game. Had a couple little blip in 4 or 5, but really.
Yeah. So that fourth match is now 321 to 289. So certainly not out of it yet, but
no.
What seemed close are now going to be losses by 20 or 30 or 40. And if you have 3 of those, then you have given the match away. Matthew has decided it's not over yet.
Yeah. Puts another 45 points on the board.
Absolutely.
Get in there.
So that's 2 doubles to 1 double, I think.
Yes. Right now we have.
Sorry.
And as I recall, it's 999 to 974. So we've got.
I'll give you this one for
25.
now.
You've got a lead of 25, and the marks are even. But Venom has a better chance.
Wow. Good count, but
Got tapped.
Yes.
Oh, and
That's
it
that-
didn't strike.
I had said that maybe that left 3 pin was going to come into play.
Yeah.
And it's possible that
Yeah.
it did just there. I wonder if that left 3 pin is not quite setting up dead center, or if there's a dead spot on the rubber somewhere.
Got a
That's a
great
good
half,
half.
though.
All right. And
Oh,
Maddie
nice
back
bomb
in
by
pocket.
Maddie. Yeah.
Maddie.
There we go. We got the better scoreboard. Yeah,
So-
great ball by Maddie.
All right. In the number 1 spot now, we've got. Ooh, yes, 293. We've got 293 to 301. So that's going to be an interesting finish up in the top. It's
Oh.
Ooh. It's on a strike, so
on a single strike.
Oh.
and
Great shot. 6-pack.
Yep.
Yeah, Julie's game is huge for
yes.
total.
Oh,
there we go. Big shot. Every spare is the same.
Yeah.
And now if Mike can get back in the pocket, then Venom's got to feel like they have really got away with a bit of a lull here getting towards the end of this game.
Oh.
Oh,
I
the
was
bounce
expecting
off the
12
back.
there.
Yeah, at the least.
And, 2 pins on the deck is huge right now. Anything can happen, and an open would be a big, big, big lift for the Venom right here.
Oh,
Big
no
half.
doubt, though. Good shot.
There it is. Yeah. This is really that stage of the match where the little bits of hope are.
Yeah. Oh, he sneaks in the
Slipping.
half.
Just a little kiss.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you are looking at strikes versus spares right now as well, which
Yes. Yes. So that's effectively 60 pin advantage to NextGen for those first 3 matches.
mhm.
Oh, man, these
And
chops
that is
are-
the 3rd power chop for Bob.
Yep.
2 on the left side, 1 on the right side.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do.
No.
And then he had the one of those strikes where he hit the right pocket and the ball just barely brushed the right corner pin on the way by. So really only one of the last 5 shots has been a textbook strike for Bob.
Yeah. And now you've got NextGen going into
Oh,
10th
no.
Oh,
with 3
That was-
doubles.
yeah, it's
I'm going to be honest. Seems pretty normal
Yeah,
for next gen.
absolutely. And that's the thing. They come back 8, 9, 10, pretty consistently just marks.
yeah. I think we need to see how 1, 3, and 5 are really the interesting ones. It's a
Yeah.
pity that the number 2 spot is decided.
Mhm.
But this, I mean, the Venom need to stop this from becoming a disaster.
Oh, no.
Couldn't even get the sentence out of my mouth.
Wow.
You, yeah, JB, that was all you.
Couldn't even get the sentence out of my mouth. Wow.
Wow. That's
Well, I mean, even so, I mean, if Brad punches in the first ball in 10, then Venom has still got a shot at 3 out of us, out of this, which, if you ask them in frame 5 if they'd be happy with 3 points, I think they would say yes.
yeah.
Unfortunately, that ball right there is really important to put himself over
Yeah.
230 for that
Yes.
15-point breaking mark, right? So,
Yeah, because you got Brad sitting at punch on the first ball in 10 is normally I would say 228, but knowing where they're bowling, it's probably more like 235.
Yeah.
So it won't take much for Brad to force Matthew to throw a mark.
mhm.
And we need a nice right pocket hit right here. That looks like,
There it is.
got the left one anyway. I was a little worried about that ball blowing by the left corner.
Oh, no.
And here we go.
Oh, yeah.
How interesting. And not a chop this time. All right. So we're looking at about 240 on the right side for Ty.
Now, a 7 is a lot harder to spare than an 8.
Yeah, so now we're looking 241 on the right side.
Oh.
another-
A big strike there.
Get
That
that
is
one out, yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
That's a nice save right there. It might not help them with totals, but again, 3 is starting to look a lot better. And man, 3 out of all this would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Julie's first ball in 10 is really going to tell the story of what happens the rest of the way.
Oh, bomb by
beautiful.
Maddie.
Yeah, just a beautiful shot.
Yeah. She just
And
throws such a
Maddie's-
nice ball.
Yeah, Maddie's got the win for sure, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
But they're
And
just
actually,
chatting.
bottom.
Yeah, there's an extremely outside shot at 4 here.
Mhm.
This could be very interesting. Maddie has won that second by enough to 4-4 is not out of the realm of possibility. Just it's going to require
Stars
both
need to
Julie and
align.
Brad to punch on the first ball in 10.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
very
That's
good.
a
shot.
good ball. Yeah.
Remember
Oh.
that tiebreaker is the total score of both games,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
So they want to keep it close.
Yep.
And
the scoreboard decided to not be here today. Yeah. I'll give you that
Nice
for a second.
pick. Great game for
all right,
Maddie.
that's a nice. Who doesn't like a game like that with no triples?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Another great
Oh,
shot by
yeah.
Jesse.
There we go. That's better.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That was the
And
first one that was clearly fast
Yeah.
and maybe a little off balance.
Yeah, you
so
kind
here
of
we go.
saw it just come out of her hand, I think sooner than she wanted it.
Yeah, I think it got to the line a little bit
Yeah.
fast. And
So now we got her magic number is 319. She wants to get to 319,
Much better
and that
ball.
gives her a much better
Well,
chance. All right. So just hit something near the middle.
so Mike's max is what,
318.
273, 318.
318. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Julie just needs to hit something near the middle. We have already seen the bad shot once today,
We did see the bad shot.
and in an equally important situation, but that's not it.
Oh,
I was
That's
like,
right. Walk away.
he's like, no chance, no
away.
chance. Yeah.
And she's going to need that shot because I like Mike's chances here to finish
Yeah.
strong. So now, can Bob steal one in the 10th and give them a shot at 3?
Let's see what Cody does in his
Yeah.
last frame here.
A punch here gets him to 241 with 10 left on the deck. And Bob can get to 252.
Ooh. Oh,
Oh,
Interesting.
Oh!
Oh!
wow.
just
That
the
is a big
smallest little
count.
hit. Yeah.
That's a big count because now Bob's
Yeah.
max is 259. So Cody just needs to hit. He's got 2 chances to hit it and guarantee the half point, which could be
Yeah.
a big half point, even if he misses
Yeah.
a spare.
Still a nice game by Mike there, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is it, 303?
Oh no!
And look at
Oh.
that. Dare we say a tie in the 4 spot? Why
He still
not?
wants to hit the 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he does have to hit it.
He needs to hit it. And Bob has been all over the middle since the 4th frame.
Yeah.
Oh, and he misses it. And
that's the-
oh,
You can steal this point right here.
Right down to the wire, hey?
And now,
I love
reminder, if Brad punches on the first ball in 10, then he's looking at a low 230.
Mm-hmm.
228 would be conventional, but you got to figure he's not going to pop a head pin clean. So probably 232, 233. Matthew does not need a mark in 10, and Venom could steal 3 right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although if Brad throws it, it's going to be really hard for Matt to catch up.
Right.
He's going to have to start throwing his own.
Anything
too.
sparable is enough to
Mhm.
make it to 6 here.
Oh, and that's
That's
Oh.
sparable.
okay.
Oh, Bob has his
Oh,
chance.
making it interesting. Okay.
Well, now that's now 7 shots that have been either chop or strike, and chop is not enough.
Nope.
Keep an eye on that left 3 pin.
Now he needs that strike, otherwise it's going to be
Yeah.
He could
and a
go-
corner to tie.
corner to tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
The
to
only-
clarify, leave the corner.
Yes.
Don't pick the corner.
There
It's
it is.
looking good.
There it is.
Wow.
All
That's
right,
just
now
crazy.
Matthew still has 273. Brad, if he punched here,
Nope.
nope,
Oh,
it's moot. It's moot. 273. So, as long
Unless-
as Brad doesn't keep it in the building, just keep it in the building, Brad. Don't fall over.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
If this were any situation with money on the line as this one is, I would literally get up there with absolutely no hint of bruise to my ego and throw the ball between my legs at
Yeah.
the middle. I am not risking fouling in this situation.
No kidding.
Until you step over the line to throw between your legs. Oh yeah,
There
great.
There we
Wow.
go. All right,
Wow.
so that's going to be 6,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that doesn't feel good going into the
No.
break. But for Venom to have a shot at 2 when it looked for a while like maybe they were going to get
Well, and even for Bob to pull
Cleaned.
out that point, honestly,
That's
that was
Yeah.
huge.
big.
That was
Absolutely.
huge.
Oh, for sure.
And normally we have a little touch base with everybody.
Right.
It just goes right into the second match.
And then we just get the lineups, etc. And we'll go into it.
all right.
Let me just get rid of this. Go like that. Pop over to me.
No.
And yeah, so 6-2.
Yes.
Some decent scores actually. 14-18 to 13-30. So some
Right. Like Venom cannot be like, other than the results, like that was some decent bowling.
Yes.
You know,
speaking of
wish we
Venom,
were in
there's
the-
Rhonda.
We just wish we were in the universe where Bob wasn't chopping on those shots. Can you
Yeah.
imagine what the difference is if 2 of those
oh yeah,
had been
absolutely.
strikes? Then that would have been it. That's your 1450 right there.
Yeah, exactly. It was that close. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And I mean, it's another game. 6-2 is not like you can do that the other way, right? And
Yeah.
the totals were still pretty close, within 100 points. 80,
About 82 pins or something.
82? Yeah.
Something like that.
So
Yeah, we kept the total close. Yeah.
And
Wow.
it did not look like 1330 after the third frame. So
You're not wrong.
What did you notice was a difference going? Yeah. What did you notice anything different with Bob, with Matthew going into that fourth frame, or they just woke up?
They just dug deep. They got that tiger inside them, and they turned that button on and dug deep. Yeah.
yeah.
I got Des here for just a brief interview, truly just to talk a quick second and get the lineups for the next game, right?
Yeah.
So good win on the first one, 6-2. Got I think we just said, 82 point buffer, essentially, if that tie does come down, right? Going into the second game. How you feeling? Happy?
Yeah, I think that was good. I mean, it's a great game for them and tough loss in Cody's match there. But I think overall the team, really gained some momentum in the second half of the game. So we're ready to go.
Perfect. Well, with that, I'm not going to hold everybody up too long. Venom, so Rhonda, do you mind giving me any change to the lineups, or are you going to keep it the same?
We're gonna start how we finish. So Aaron, Jesse, Mike, Matt.
Aaron, Jesse, Mike.
Bob, Matt.
Yeah,
Bob,
Bob, Matt. Oh, and we're losing her. But Dakota and Marco on the bench. All right, I got it. And Des, any changes on your side?
Yeah, we are going to change. So I'm going to have Jenna, Maddie, Julie, Haley, Brad, Ty and Jeremy on the bench, and Cody off.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, that's about it. Are we ready to run the commercial? We'll get into the next one.
Yeah, let's do this.
Absolutely.
All
Have fun
right,
out
sounds
there.
good.
Absolutely.
Guys.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
see you in a
luck,
second.
Des.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
Get down. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to. It's not appropriate. All right, so here we are, second match. You know, we've already done the interviews. We're just gonna jump right into it, right?
Perfect.
So let's get them going. I don't think we need to introduce everybody.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Very
right.
good.
Yeah.
Harrison
Wait, you were going to
Chuck.
have your chance?
Yeah,
All right, just say it now.
Harrison Chuck.
Harrison
Jeremy
Chuck.
Harrison Chuck.
Harrison Chuck. Harrison Chuck. Harrison Chuck.
Harrison Chuck on the bench.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's get them going. This one here. So 6-2. There's a
Yeah.
lot of room for both teams, honestly. I mean,
Oh, for sure. It's anybody's game right now.
Yeah, nobody's running away with it by any means.
No.
right. We got Aaron ready to go. Quite the lineup change on the side of NextGen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's that left 3 pin again.
Yeah.
That's the same. We've already seen. That's the second one of those.
This might be one of the only times we've seen 3 ladies in the starting lineup.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But if
Yeah.
I were going to pick 3 ladies,
Yeah, this is the quad to go with there, right?
Four ladies. We have 4
That's right. I
ladies.
meant 4. I meant 4. I meant to say 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen 3 before, but
Yeah.
I know we've done our 3 in a couple matches. We've done
Yes.
the 3 ladies either right in the middle or usually it's
Mhm.
all right in the second, third, fourth spot. If we
Maddie
can-
takes a second to watch that pin spin around and
Yeah.
almost touched
Yeah.
the 2.
You know, and I really have to say, the first time I saw Maddie throw in person, I had sort of the same reaction that you often have to somebody who throws a huge spinner like that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, they're never going to be consistent, blah, 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 with the little
Yeah.
hop she has in her
Yeah.
motion. But she has really learned to do that
Mm-hmm.
over and
Yeah.
over and over again. It's
Yeah.
actually amazing to watch. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had
Absolutely.
I had the opportunity to watch her last year in Calgary at the
Mhm.
ladies.
Yeah.
She did really well.
And to be so mentally sound in her game as she is at
Yeah.
such a young age, honestly.
Julie
she's-
starts off.
She's all of
Sort of
like 20, I think. But
Yeah. I mean, hence the being on the NextGen team. I wonder
Yeah.
if there's like an age cutoff. You know, you get to a certain age, you're like, yeah, you're not NextGen anymore.
right?
So what you're saying is the next gen is Logan's run? Is that where you have to check their palms? You start hearing beeping on the bench, then
Right.
it's curtains.
Yeah.
With a nice opening shot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's a really nice point about having that kind of mental approach young, because you know, a lot of kids sort of tend to fall into 2 categories, right? You have the kids who never were pushed hard, who expected to win everything, and they did win everything, who maybe don't start to get seriously challenged until they're in their 20s, and then you find out that they don't really have the mental strength to deal with it. And then you have the kids who just, for whatever reason, they had the right coach at the right time, and learned how to regulate their emotion and be more resilient at an early age. It'd be really nice to sit down with Maddie and find out what her experience has been like, and which of those she is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know she bowls out of Sherwood, and has been coached by the Wisemans.
Right.
And honestly, they have such a great coaching program there at Sherwood. It's pretty amazing. So I think for a while she did bowl out of Bonnie Doon, but I think she's been at Sherwood for quite a while. So I think that's probably has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely. I would imagine that firmly puts her in the camp of learning how to be resilient at a young age. And what an amazing advantage that is. Yes, that's right, Matthew. That's right, Matthew. Yeah. Well, here we are, 9 marks out of 10 to start.
Yeah.
One really bad break that should easily have been a strike up in 1 for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
You get back on the right side of that head pin, he's going to have a little better luck. Takes his chances again. This time it works.
Yeah.
He says, "I'll show you, JB."
That's right. It's no problem.
They got the audio
shoot
on.
435, and they're all going to be left pockets just for you.
Now, Jenna, as per usual, has come to play.
Yeah.
Jenna has what pool players call pocket speed. The ball just gets there fast enough. The pins just get, and you as an opponent, you got to sit there watching. Oh, there's no way that's going to go. Oh, there's no way that's going to go, and the pins just keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely devastating to watch as an opponent.
Oopsies.
Ooh, yeah. There we go.
It's on the strike. It was on the spare. My bad. So that is a oopsies. There's kind of like a minimum threshold, and you can, obviously it depends on where you are.
And that's what the lower ball speed. You know what? I want to get a freeze frame on that, because that was pretty close to Amy Harris' face right there. That was the. Ooh.
That was
I can do that for you.
There you go. Get the. We'll have to put that up against Amy Harris's reaction.
That's great.
You're gonna have to bear with me. I'll actually do it.
Oh, fantastic!
Julie comes running off the lane.
There you go. Yeah, Julie had been really burying that right corner, the right pocket, and that was a very good shot in the left pocket. And I'm guessing she felt like she got away with one there. Another ball going right through the left 3-pin for Venom. This is, obviously Bob's power chops were the difference in that first match, but all you can do is hit the middle and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see whether Bob has that relaxed lift that we're used to seeing from him off the top. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just kind of died there.
Yeah.
And that, that's a power chop with a break.
Yeah.
That would be the 3rd out of 4 power chops on the left side of the head pin for Bob already today.
Oh, there you go, Brad.
There we go.
Nice solid shot. Another great frame.
Yes. Bradley and Cody both have that lean to the left when they finish the shot well. Then they're already walking away. They don't even have to see it hit the pocket.
Yeah.
So an excellent start here off the top. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
Obviously, memories of that of popping that left 3-pin are long gone.
Yep.
And that's what team bowling is about, that you can shoot 3 on a spare and look up and your team gain ground.
Yeah.
All is forgiven.
Yep. Absolutely. And she had a great second shot.
Absolutely. That would have been a strike easily enough. Oh, Matthew did not like that out of his hand.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the way he delivers the ball, he is prone to that, and it seems to come out of absolutely nowhere. That is, he's living and dying by dropping that shoulder, and that's what it looks like 95% of the time.
I think that was a smile into the camera.
I think so too.
Just for you.
There you go.
Yeah, he's hearing it all.
We'll chat about that in Calgary. It's fine.
Let me just refresh that scoreboard.
Yes.
See if we can get it cleared up a bit.
So now, we're back on the right side and a power chop. Tough.
Oh,
That
just
was
it's
closer
not-
to
over
what
there.
Aaron wanted, but that 3 millimeters.
yeah.
And again, these are the things that make this game interesting.
Mhm.
This we need this. We need those shots.
And I'm sorry,
Solid.
Maddie, but here you go.
Oh yeah,
Looks
absolutely. All right.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm just glad nobody takes pictures of me doing that. 'Cause there's quite a few I get the same way. It's like, where did that come from? Shocking.
There we go.
Good count.
So
on
next
us,
gen,
David.
after all that, next gen has not run away to hide quite yet. Third
No.
and fourth spot are going to be very interesting. The same kind of lukewarm start that Venom had in the first one,
Yeah.
and they erased it pretty well in that second half. So
Yeah. Good pick by Maddie.
It's unfortunate to be down an extra 88, but there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, what is she going to giggle you to death?
That's right.
There's a universe.
Oh shoot! Tough shot there for.
Oh, and Julie just forgets that 10th frame in the last game and just keeps running.
And yeah, next gen just continues with the marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big question is really how much are they going to jump on top? Are they going to widen, end up with 150 up after 4? That's
Yeah.
It feels a lot different to be down 150 and down 50 going into the break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's going to be really important for Mike to pick this corner, because you can't continue to have open frames against the next gen when they're throwing like this.
Absolutely.
They haven't had an open frame, so
No.
Yeah, it makes you wonder too what's playing in Rhonda's mind on her side too, right?
And it's one thing to have the vague feeling that we can't afford any more mistakes. It's another thing when they start piling the strikes up on top, and you really can't afford another mistake.
Like right now, next gen has 3 doubles they're working on going into the 4th.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there we go. This time a little high, but it gets the break. And that little shake of the head, I'm not surprised either, Bob. I was expecting a chop on that. Just the way things have been going. But perhaps that's the kind of thing that allows him to exhale and just freewheel and throw that ball the way we know he can.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh.
Make it fit, bud. Make it fit.
See if Matt finds it here, this ball. I'm sure he will.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
There it is. And
Yeah.
again, just tickled the right corner pin on the way
Yeah.
by.
Right?
Yeah.
Just enough to knock it off.
Yeah.
So now up 100
With three
doubles
doubles
working.
and an extra mark.
This is going to be a bit of a tall order, and all you can do is block all that out and throw your best ball.
No.
Can't argue with that.
Nope. And it doesn't matter how much they are up if
No.
they keep throwing those balls.
Yeah, exactly. Now at this point, just a reminder that Next Gen is up 6-2, so their magic number is 2.5 points. That's all they have to do. They literally don't have to worry about any individual matches if they win the totals, and even if they lose the totals, they only have to win 3 out of 5.
And they're on a roll right now.
Yeah.
They're just firing.
Yeah.
It's not going to come up every time.
I know that'll be the last one.
Or will it be? I suspect she'll give us another reason to do that. So
Okay, if she gives me a legitimate reason to do it, I'll do it.
Here's a good shot by Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she was going to get away with that.
That's okay. Big half here, and
Yeah.
she's still
And
on
great
pace
bounce.
to.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Julie, don't make me screenshot that one.
Oh my goodness.
That one has to be an animation. It doesn't have the same effect if it's just a
Yeah.
picture of.
Right.
And it's not that Venom's throwing poorly. They've just had, a couple of spares that they haven't made and then that one head pin. But then you're throwing up against, all these doubles and.
Well, that's exactly it, right? That's that low margin for error thing, right? Because as you say, they're not throwing poorly. Bob with another, that's 4 now on the left side for Bob.
Yeah.
You try to go back to the things that feel good. You try to remind yourself how well you're throwing the ball. And when you're going up against a group that just doesn't make as many mistakes, then I mean, that's so hard. At the one on one hand, you want to stay relaxed. On the other hand, you don't want to feel like you're being unrealistic or there's an opening there.
Yeah.
And so what can you do? I mean, really, all you can do is trust the process and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Oh no. You have to be able to take advantage of those openings. With Brad throwing a 5 on a double, Matt really needs to answer.
But that's exactly, I mean, that's the double-edged sword I'm talking about. Right?
And the fact that Mike throwing Brad throwing a 5 spare is considered an opening.
Right. And you can't think, I have to take advantage of this. You can't have that thought. That thought's not going to help you.
No, you just need to focus on your game.
But it does need to work out. And so your best chance of success is to let that go. So for Matthew now, that is what? 1 hit out of 8 in the first 4 frames of the 2 matches combined.
Yeah.
And you can't dig a hole that deep and expect to climb out of it.
Here's a bomb.
Yep.
Oh.
The first open of the game.
Yeah. Little line dance in there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch your spirit.
Yeah.
If it were Brad or Cody
I was going to say, that's she went for it.
Went for it, yeah.
She came pretty close, actually, yeah.
I don't know about that angle, though, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on how you're trying to spirit. There's 2 different ways.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, something's going on there. That's another stumble at the line. I don't know if that's just she's getting excited.
I think that was just she was fast up there to throw the last ball. Yeah.
And that's a common mistake we make when something happens that surprises us. We immediately want to try again to see if our brain can predict it correctly the second time. And bowlers have to be aware of this. That's what makes you go up and try to throw again after you throw a ball you're not happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a mistake. That's when you really do need to take the extra time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Nice
Am I
little
gonna
shovel for Maddie.
Yep.
Yes. So Maddie right now is keeping just a little bit of a lead. But that match is 1 ball away from being even. And
Julie
has stepped on the neck a little bit there. So now we're looking at a difference of around 150 going into the break.
Yeah.
And Venom does not have any breathing room there.
No.
They are going to have to win 5 here.
Maddie is sad about no
graphic.
Don't worry, Maddie. We got you, girl.
That's for Haley, though.
Yeah. But Haley with the ham bone there. Like, Haley's just solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly. They're all solid, really.
Yeah. And in a way, it kind of makes for boring commentary because what else are you going to say?
You're like, wow, another bomb.
Yeah.
And poor
Matthew. That is the first sign I've really seen of Matthew being annoyed by himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's 4 misses.
Yeah. That's now 2 hits out of 10 in the first 5 frames of those 2 matches combined.
Oh.
And yet,
second open.
And this one on a spare, so that helps even more.
Good half there, though. But how many? I mean, that's a chicken wing. You can't win a game with that.
No.
Yes. 20s will not keep you alive.
Yep.
So we're going to have 559 with a double and 2 single strikes counting. Going up against... I wasn't sure. I had to wait for the spare there.
Yeah, 2 doubles.
going up against 736 and 2 doubles and a single strike. So 150, 180, nearly 200 going into the break.
Yeah.
And speaking of going into the break,
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
all right, second half. I mean, 2 open frames for NextGen, 736 after 5. Nobody's going to complain about that, right?
No.
So.
No, and as a reminder, the magic number for NextGen is 2.5. That's all they need from this match. 2.5 points. So right now, it kind of is making it look like they're going to find it in the couch cushions. Will Venom pour it on and make them work for it? We're going to find out. We wish them the best of luck and hope that they can find what's missing. But unfortunately, they're not going to have a lot of time to find it.
No, and NextGen's definitely not going to lay down for them. Absolutely.
Oh, no. No, I don't think they know how.
No, absolutely not.
So really, we're just going to have to look for, and that's what an amazing position to be in, to know that you don't even need to worry about the individual matches. You don't need to worry about totals because either one will work. If you lose one, you'll get the other.
Commercial break here. Little 7-1 win for
somebody's listening to the other match.
Somebody's got the other stream playing in the background.
I know that's not me.
I know it's not me.
Oh, and that was an interesting miss right there. It's as commentators, it's our job to read into things that aren't there, and a shot like that from Aaron gotta make you feel like they are sweating bullets right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The real
I
question
think
is whether they
Coralie
are.
has the other stream playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, if you don't mind muting that
Oh,
one.
yeah. Sorry. I didn't-
If anything, just for spoiler alerts. I mean,
Tell Carrie to stay in his own.
That was my bad. I didn't I thought I muted it.
No worries.
It's all
It
good.
happens to the best of us. That's the beautiful thing about the last few years is that we've all learned that we're all amateur video producers, and
Yes.
some of us
Oh,
just do it a little less than others.
a little Yahtzee there from Haley.
Oh man, it's amazing. Just there's nothing you can do. So that if I'm on the Venom side, I am kind of now just thinking I'm going to enjoy these last 5 frames.
Yep.
For me, because I think that's going to give me the best chance of doing what's going to help my team.
Yep.
And I'm just there to support them. And, maybe we'll get lucky, but I don't like our chances.
Yeah.
but yeah,
As a team who's had NextGen throw, I think a 1600 against them.
Michelle.
You just go, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just bowl our game and, do what we can.
Yep.
And maybe one of the hardest things about being in that position is being on a team with one bowler who really emphasizes the never say die approach. And I mean, I nobody wants to write anyone off, but
No.
if you're the never say die person on Venom right now, you'd probably be a pretty unpopular person.
Yeah.
Because there's just at this point, like, let's enjoy the fact that we get to bowl together.
Yep.
The world isn't ending. We'll
Yep.
be back.
Exactly.
Just today wasn't our day. And, eventually we were going to have to beat these folks. And today wasn't the day.
No. Agreed.
But I'm definitely of the school that says that if you're going to lose, then whoever beats you needs to go on and win the championship.
I agree.
Yeah.
I only want to lose to the champions.
Yeah.
Bob now finding that left pocket that
Mhm.
was there at the beginning of game 1 and was tough for him to find the rest of the way.
Now let's see if Matthew's been able to kind of find his place after that little commercial break there.
Yes. Like
And
that.
There
you
it
go.
is. Yep.
Exactly.
That's 2.
Jeez.
No, and that's, he really does strike me as the kind of person where you just need to like stop him, almost like grab his shoulders when he's about to get up on the lane, just to make him take one extra breath. And then by magic, he'll be back on the middle again.
Yeah.
That he gets into a groove either way. And it's just, we're used to seeing him getting into grooves on strikes a little bit more often.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest miss of the day? Well, outside of the 3-pin?
Yeah.
That's the biggest miss of the day for NextGen, maybe? And like it never happened.
Exactly.
Like it never happened.
Right.
Exactly.
You just cover it up. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, that's the beautiful thing, right? You're playing with the casino's money here. There's nothing that can go wrong. You can't do anything to ruin your team's chances.
Yeah.
If NextGen loses this match, something really awful is
Horribly red. Yes.
Yeah.
Fouls.
It certainly won't be. It certainly won't be one person's fault.
No. The whole team would have to go off the rails.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh.
I'm out.
Oh, Mike is just letting us know that he's out. Okay.
Did he just pull himself?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think it was probably the agreement was probably made, and he was just confirming it for us.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go. We got Marco going in.
There we go.
Yeah.
Marco, welcome.
And there's the big 15 for Maddie.
So now let's just all sit here and enjoy how far Julie's going to take this.
Yeah.
Oh, not just Julia, Haley.
Yeah, Haley.
Yeah.
Haley's a good one to watch.
Oh, that's true. We got. Oh, Julie could end up with a Ryan O'Callahan, where you shoot 418 and don't have the highest score on your pair. 418, nice game. How much was the high game pot? I don't know. I didn't win it.
I didn't win it. Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, here we go. All right. At least he doesn't have to shoot it.
Yeah.
That's where I'd be pulling out my phone so that I could record it in case that's our bit of fun here. And if they don't score the 9 on the third ball, then I just delete the video in front of them.
There you go. Little oopsie frames by Maddie and Julie there.
Oh, a little bit more authoritative, but a bit quick from Bob. And let's see if Haley can keep this impressive string going.
Oh, no.
Ooh, another miss. All right.
Honestly, both teams, there was a spree on the side of Venom after the commercial break, but the second half is not really looking... Oh.
An uncharacteristic amount of open frames and open frames this frame. So
yes. And when was the last time we saw NextGen miss 4 in a row?
It's been a while.
Well, Brad knows what he has to do now.
Yeah.
Brad has to miss for the team. That will make
everybody
it a better story.
Everybody feels
So exactly.
better.
So nobody else feels that bad. Outside of the 3-pin, Brad, let's go.
Yeah, here we go, buddy. Brad's like, I'm my own person.
Not a team player.
I don't know that I'm going to
player right there for Bradley. Oh,
I think he just got challenged there, Mitch.
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
We would hate to spoil it for anybody, right? Who maybe wants to go and watch the Cargill division.
I think what he meant was, along with the 2 and 6, he also has the previous game totals.
Oh, I see.
So 14, 18, and 13, 30.
Yes.
Ooh, Jeremy Harris-Simchuk, huh?
There you go.
Thank you.
Guess what it's time for?
Oh my goodness. Oh,
no. Definitely slowed down in this second half here.
Yeah. Which is uncharacteristic for their 8, 9, 10, honestly. NextGen's pretty slow. Oopsie daisies.
Do I need to do it? Do I need to do it? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Sorry, Maddie. You're the one who said you wanted them. So
That's true. That is true.
And then Jesse's doubled up on the other side there. So.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, looking very good at the top. Now we can start to take a look at really what Venom can take away with them.
Yeah.
Great shot by Marco.
3 matches are, 2 matches are quite within reach.
Mm-hmm.
2 more have an outside shot.
Yeah.
And
oh,
what's this again?
Yeah.
And NextGen are coming up on 2,500 in 18 frames.
Oh, great shot by Bob.
There's Bob. That's the beautiful shot we've been looking for, and I'm sure he's been
by
looking for.
Julie. That gives Venom 2 doubles.
Yes, all of a sudden, Venom have relaxed.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see. Give them a chance to just relax. And now, can Matt do a reverse Brad?
Nope.
Oh.
Yep. Ooh. And drinks are on Matt.
Oh, Haley's back on it after her little 7th frame vacation.
All right, Dave. We've got the autofocus. There we go. Much better.
And there we have totals. So yes, we're right now looking at a difference of right around 100, a little bit more, maybe as much as 120 here, depending on how Venom count their doubles.
Looks like Dakota's coming in for Matt and Jeremy's coming in for Maddie.
Yep.
Does that mean I get to use the Maddie image for Jeremy?
Of course you do. Unless you can catch his face too.
Not that fast. We're too close to the end, I think.
right.
So Dakota will get a chance to finish up. Matthew's nightmare is over.
Yeah.
I got you, Derek.
And so now we're looking at, and you know what? If I were in Venom's shoes at this point, I would be happy to be handily beaten if beaten. I would rather it not be close after losing by less than 100 and yet losing 6-2 and just narrowly missing 5-3. This would be a very different feeling. But again, if you have to lose, lose convincingly. Nice ball there from Aaron, a little high, but
both scoreboards have
just another
decided
power
to
chop.
Make life difficult.
Yeah, right.
And with Jenna's punch, all of a sudden that first match is closer than it was 6 minutes ago.
Come on.
And there's the spare.
There we go.
All right. So Jenna now has 278 to finish.
Jeremy Harris-Simchuk comes in for Maddie.
And
she's so happy.
Aaron gets 291. So we're in good shape. Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm just going to
easier when you can read it directly on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's a tap.
And so the first spot looks like will come down to the last ball. The second one is pretty comfortable for Venom. Number 3 is very comfortable for NextGen. We'll just let Jeremy shake the rust off there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that number 4 match can turn a lot on one ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brad's is the only one that feels very comfortable.
Absolutely.
Or sorry, Julie's is good, but of the ones that were in doubt, Brad's is the only one that feels really comfortable. And the others, this could be 5-3 again.
Yeah.
Yep. But like we said, NextGen only needs 2.5.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
And there, Julie's back on the middle. Atta girl.
There we are.
Yep. That's huge with the count on the spare, right?
Is.
Yeah. And now, really, at this point, what have we got? 195 plus. Just trying to think of where Venom can get to. I don't think Venom can even quite get to 1,400 from here. Low 1,400s at the most.
Oh.
And now, all of a sudden. Oh, no. Unfortunately, Bob did not have one more in him. Yes.
I mean, a half here with an open on Haley's side would still.
Yeah, Bob still has 301. There we go. Bob still has 301 sitting there, so it's not over yet.
And based on his performance last game. Oh, no.
Oh, the 3-pin.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be down at least 30 going into the 10th.
There it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, now we're talking about a triple versus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even that's not enough. Now it's a triple versus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Not impossible.
No.
We've seen it. We've seen the triple and punch hole, but I don't like their chances. So maybe 2 for Venom to make them feel a little better.
Oh, great.
And what a difference, too, to get blown out of the water and take 2 and to be within less than 100 and only take 2. I mean, you just never know in this game.
Yeah. Honestly, the gap has been closing in the second half of.
Oh. Yes, and there's another that's going to close even farther.
They just need more. They needed a couple more frames. If we could go to frame 12, it'd probably be pretty close.
Yeah.
Based on how it's been going.
Absolutely. And so now here we have that 5th match now. If Bradley is not at 245 in 9, then that last match is very much in doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to get to 245 in 9. Oh
wow.
Oh, nice try.
It just didn't hit it. Yep.
You had to know he was going to go for the right side.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got 6 minutes to see the rest of this game. So
yeah.
All right.
Cut off.
I'm like, I've got to come on, guys. Let's I really want to see how this plays out. Yeah.
Nice ball and
Right
a
here,
little
there
tap.
we go.
Oh,
Oh,
man, the tip on
Now
the
this
other
is
side.
very interesting. So Jenna
Yeah.
now can get to
Yeah.
263. Aaron needs the spare.
Good half.
There we
Solid
go.
half.
All right. You need the spare to be sure.
Yep.
No,
Now Aaron needs some help.
Oh.
Aaron needs some help right here.
Yep.
Aces and picket. Why not?
That's how
Oh,
it's a.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Holy
259,
moly.
255.
Wow.
All right, that's one.
Yeah.
Let's see what
So
Jeremy
now-
Harris Simchuk does. If I just keep saying it, maybe by next season I'll have it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh
goal.
yeah, bomb.
All right.
I'm not going to throw Maddie's face up. I feel like it's not appropriate in the last one.
That was definitely his strike.
Yeah.
There
Oh.
we go. Nice
Oh,
shot. And
Oh, that'd be
wow.
enough, but
We've seen that enough times today.
Oh.
If I'm Venom, I'm taking that left 3-pin from lane 1 and taking it out back
Yeah.
and smashing it against a dumpster a few times.
Yeah.
That pin has not been good to them all day. There we go.
Good half.
All
good
right.
half by Jeremy. See if I can clear this board up.
There it is.
And
Good
so
pick.
there's another
Yeah.
one for Venom. Do they have one more in them? The bottom match looks pretty good. There's a decent chance there. Julie needs to hit something with 3 shots.
Ooh.
Oh, she's gonna do it. Kyle
Her
and Grace.
ankle. Not her ankle. That's not what I meant.
No.
Oh,
There you go. You got there. And that's a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
shot there.
276.
Well, again, a 276, no triples. That, is a good reminder that double spare can make your score go through the roof.
Yep.
They don't all have to be 6-baggers. So now all eyes will be on the bottom match to see if Venom can take one more and get out of here with 5 points.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And that this is where the bowlers get up on the lane, and I just gently remind them these 3 balls are for you. Enjoy them.
Yeah. Oh, and Tyler's gonna go fix us. Tank from the bench.
See?
Tyler Kikat.
That's understanding your role right there.
Yep. Sport.
Damn.
They talk about the importance. You don't see a lot of young role players in professional sports, but some of them, they wisdom beyond their years, and they understand their role.
Absolutely.
Speaking of roles, this camera doesn't understand its role.
It's role.
Nope.
Between me being, I don't know what, in the cameras, it's been an interesting morning.
Oh, great shot.
Well, the internet is an inherently unreliable network.
Yeah.
That is how it works.
Yeah.
Let's see if Haley can finish strong here.
Yeah, great first half of the game. Just
Yeah.
played by a couple of
Oopsie frames.
yeah.
And there we go. Bob is a little bit of, hey, that should have been easier, and a little bit of, where was that
Yeah.
earlier this match. Bob has thrown well, but he got chop happy last match, and this match just a couple of ill-timed misses.
Oh.
And he's just it's funny to look at Bob and label what he's done as inconsistent. I mean, it is for his standard.
Yeah.
But they've been such small misses, just unfortunately big enough.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to see those right 3-2 anymore today. I don't want to have
No.
to shoot
No,
at that
not
right
to.
3-2 again. That is 6 chops in 2 matches, with the last 2 matches for Bob, 5 of them on the left side of the head pin.
Yeah.
So here we go. 260.
Yep.
Make Brad do.
Yeah.
And that.
Make-
Yes, there's the fists. He's happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not over yet. He needs 8 to win. And we've seen him punch for 8 already twice today. And he's going to need
Another
it.
great shot by Dakota.
So I have my money on Brad punching and taking out both 3 pins right here, because that's the only thing we haven't
For the
seen him do
aces.
today. Yeah.
Oh,
My
no,
record on that shot is left corner. I've had 13 on that shot once.
That looks like a strike, even though the internet
That's
has
enough.
given up. That's
On that
sounded good.
note,
funny,
It
dude.
sounded good.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you guys on that note. Please congratulate them.
Thanks
for
very
it.
much. Will
Thanks,
do.
guys.
Absolutely.
So now the final score we're looking at a paltry 1371 max now for NextGen. But they have already made it to 2750 for 2 matches. I gotta think if you throw 2750 out there, you're gonna do pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it should be possible to find 8.5 points out of that in a 2-game match. Oh, there was the aces for a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez. All right. Let's bring it back over here, which means I have to do this. And yes, we lost Michelle.
No.
That just means we get to talk more.
There we go.
12-4.
Yeah.
All right. And I've got Rhonda in the back room here, so we'll bring her in. I mean, that was rough. NextGen started hot. The second half not as hot, but that lead was quite large to come back from, right?
Yeah, too many 3 pins for us.
Well, and that was funny because it wasn't quite as slow a start, but there also wasn't quite that big kick at the end. And I'm guessing that Bob will be happy not to have to shoot the right 3-2 again for a little while.
Right, fair.
That was that could have been if he'd got just a tiny bit luckier, that would have been a very different first game. In fact, you would have easily won it. So
Yeah.
And
that's how this game rolls sometimes, right? You just but they still persevered. They threw some strikes in the end and made it come back a little closer. And we will never give up. That's for sure. Yeah.
And what were you hearing from them towards the end? I mean, as it gets into 8 and it's pretty clear that it's going to take a miracle to pull this one out. What were you hearing from them coming down the stretch?
We were hearing, let's bang it out and see what happens, because you just never know, right? No.
Excellent.
What else could? Yeah.
They never changed their tune until it was like mathematically over.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Des, 12-4, going 6-2 twice, basically. Yep.
Yeah, it was a nice game from them at the first one, and then good first half, and we slowed down a little bit, a couple of misses and some punches there, but in the end, they got the points that they needed.
Yep. And playing all 4 girls right to begin with, and I think everybody was hoping like I'll just let them finish, but as a coach, putting Jeremy in 9 there to see if that game was still close, right, at the time. Like it was
just a little bit of momentum change, but I guess shout out to the ladies, right? I'm very thankful that we have a powerhouse of them, right? So there's a lot to choose from, and it's I think it's a confidence boosting thing from a coach's standpoint, but also from a team standpoint, because we know that the rules say we always have to have at least 1 in, and I mean we've got 4 that at any given time, or all of them will be firing, right? So it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Going on, I'm going to bring up the bracket here. I don't have an updated one with like the winner replacing the previous spot, but that means you're going to be playing Rock and Rollers and Top of Roses play tomorrow, and the winner of that is your next opponent. Yeah.
Yes, and I can remember back to last year, the barn burner of a match between NextGen and Rock and Rollers. So I would look forward to seeing that happen again and seeing what happens this time around.
Ladies.
JB, you remember everything about the Rock and Rollers.
Oh, sorry, that way.
Yeah. Hopefully, Maddie didn't mind me grabbing her screen capture there.
No, she was all good. And then we went to like tell her like, oh, Maddie, you've been turned into a graphic. And then you didn't do it. And so that's why I typed in the chat because she was like, oh, man. So you might have got a small boo from NextGen, but you fixed it. So we're good.
It's okay. I'll take the booze in real life next month at the traditional.
She might. So be careful.
Yeah, right.
It might be really quiet, like, boo, but you'll get one.
I'll hear it. I'll hear it. Don't worry. So thanks, Venom, so much. Thanks, Rhonda, for joining us today. It's been a very eventful day from start to finish for you guys.
Right? Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
And NextGen. Yeah, I don't know when your next game. I don't think it's scheduled yet, but you'll find out your opponent tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we'll go from there.
Good luck to you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And thank you all commentators. It was great today.
And thanks, everybody. I'm going to run one last commercial break. And there's tons of games still yet to be played on the other side. So head over to that stream because we started early and we don't even have as many games. So you've got a lot left to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone.
So appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
Just when you thought we were gone, we come right back.
I know.
Wrap up after the day.
Oh, no.
All right, so it started a bit interesting. It was I think it went very well for how it could have gone today. Glad to see that everybody got to bowl, and that I thought about injecting a drive safely in there towards the end. It's one of the rare times where I would really genuinely mean it. I'm glad everybody got a chance to bowl and felt okay, and that's great.
Oh, for sure. It was good
Just
to
for
see them.
clarity.
Yeah.
We won't go into details, but there was an accident this morning. That was with some of the players were involved, and they made it to the bowling alley. So.
Yeah,
and everybody's fine.
Quite a flurry on the pre-production.
Yeah.
25 minutes before airtime.
Yeah.
That was. It's unfortunate that it was a little bit more lopsided than television drama would like, but.
Then the first game between Mayhem and Venom, that game was close.
I mean, the last two, but certainly it started off with a barn burner. And I think that, I can imagine if I were in Mayhem's shoes, I might think, well, it's just as well that, we got to finish early. Yeah. I'm sure they would have loved the chance, but I wouldn't have loved my chances if I were in their shoes.
Yeah. I mean, NextGen performed. I mean, that's kind of the expectation there, right? So
absolutely.
No, and they did well, so can't hold that against them.
Yes.
Now they do have tomorrow's game. I think is going to be interesting because obviously the winner of tomorrow will play NextGen. But specifically looking at like Top of the Roses, there's been some for this season the roster has changed. So this will be with the new roster. Obviously, we've seen them play throughout the whole season, but this is playoffs, and sometimes people have playoff mode, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And it's very interesting the difference between winning and then having to think for however many days it's going to be. Oh, we have to get through NextGen after this, compared to we have 4 minutes to think about this and then we have to go out there and actually do it.
Yeah,
I genuinely don't know which I might prefer, to have the break or to be like I don't have even any time to think about it. I just
go straight into it.
What happens next? Yeah,
and everybody's different with that, right? And
yes,
this is that total mindset, and you do what you got to do to make it work.
I know personally I'd like to go right into it, but that's a
and knowing what I know about rock and rollers, I think they would generally like that too. They'll say that they don't care, but if you get them, if you pull them aside, they'll probably mostly be happy to just go right at it. And get it over with, but in the other way of like, let's go. We're already hot. Let's keep at it while we're here.
I was just gonna say, because if you've got already the momentum going, why not? Right, just keep right on going and keep doing what you're doing, and go from there.
Absolutely.
So, and I want to say thank you. We got Coralie, we got JB here. Michelle's gone, but she was here for the majority of it. It's always a pleasure, especially having so many commentators. I could really get things set up on the back end.
Yes. And this is for me a fun little warm up. I'm expected to get a chance to do this at Youth Challenge Nationals this year. When for those who don't know, the Nova Scotia New Brunswick team is going to come over to PEI, and they're both going to bowl out of the same bowling center. So that at least they can be with each other. They're going to be, they're going to have a little bit of the Youth Challenge experience all weekend, and I'll get to do some traveling, or I'll get to do some commentary the day before I fly to Budapest. So that'll be interesting.
Cool, fun. I'll be running some of those Youth Challenge streams. So
good. Get the band back together. Perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see how that plays out this year too with them.
Yep. I just actually did some recordings on how to set up a stream on the technical side. So
that's good.
And I really am curious to see whether we have an interview with somebody in 2 or 3 years on one of these shows who says, the experience I had back in Youth Challenge Nationals made it easier for me to bowl on these streams with nobody nearby.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
So.
You betcha.
All right. Well, I'm going to cap it off. Okay. And like we said before the commercial break there, if you're feeling like watching more bowling, which you probably are, and you've probably already gone to the other stream.
If you're listening to these words, you are so ready to watch more bowling.
If you're listening to these, why are you even here? You're probably watching both. This is really what's happening.
Yeah, you betcha.
So,
alrighty.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for watching, and Yeah, I'm gonna shut her down. Head over to watch the end of the Kingpins game. So,
Perfect.
All right.
Kingpins
Thanks
versus
again, guys.
Go Rock and Rollers.
Pinslayers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Geez.
There we go.
And I'm kicking everybody out.
Yeah, fine.